Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. All right, we got some things to talk about today. Surveillance footage was released of the Karmelo Anthony trial. I also have an interview with the judge. So some of you may have seen this. Maybe you haven't, but I want to talk about that, okay? It's also Father's Day. It's Father's Day. And for some of you, today is the worst day of your life. You've already started out lying, talking about your kids called you, they text you, when your kids don't fuck with you. The mother of those little check babies, some of you got check babies. The mother don't fuck with you. You better not call her or text her because she'll post a screenshot to clown you. I'm your friend today, Chucky, your friend till the end. And statistics show that there are more single mothers of all ethnicities in America and fatherless children. So you can, talk, I love my kids. But the reality is, do your kids love you? Do they even like you? I know people who have been raising kids for 14, 15 years of their lives, and the kids don't even talk to them. Unless you're right up on them. Today is the place for you to call in, vent your frustrations, if you will. Okay, happy Father's Day, if it means anything to some of you, okay? Also, I have a couple of videos that I do want to play as we go on here because I'm in a talking mood. I just came back in from the patio, smoked a fine cigar. Can you see that? Let me put that on the screen. Google that if you must. And I'm sipping a Corona early. Salute to my kids. I've got the best kids. You've heard me say this before. I've got trolls. Put a one in the live chat. If you are a troll baby, thank you for your support. Somebody sent me I got a couple of donations this morning. A donation for the six-pack. A donation for lunch, huh? The best kids, they check on me. Also, a little bit later, I want to talk to you about a classic film that I've seen maybe 7 or 8 times. I put a link in the post section, formerly known as the community section. Buck and the Preacher. Anybody seen Buck and the Preacher? Most of you probably have not, and that's fine. It came out in 1972. I saw it in movie theaters when I was very young with my older brother, my mom, and my dad. Buck and the Preacher, a monumental film. You can see Native Americans and Native blacks working together. This was not just a monumental film for those reasons, but this was Sidney Poitier's directorial debut. He won the Academy Award, as you should know, right? And when he decided that he wanted to branch out and start his own company and so on and so forth, this is what he put into the system, so to speak. Buck and the Preacher with Harry Belafonte and Ruby Dee. I urge you to see it if you have not, okay? All right, we're going to focus, like I said, on Karmelo Anthony, the surveillance footage that was released. And, folks, whether you think he got a raw deal, whether you think he was under pressure, or he's where he belongs, I want to talk to younger people who you need to know that you can't just panic like that. I truly believe Karmelo Anthony panicked, and I do believe he belongs in prison. You can't just kill people and then, because the peanut gallery is saying, well, they did it. It doesn't work like that. He took a life. Now, me personally, I did not see Carmelo Anthony getting jumped. There were people, in the tent from what I could see. I saw a guy, jog up to the top of the tent and then jog away. He wasn't scrambling for his life. Nobody was chasing him. Salute to whoever that was with the knapsack who followed him and pointed out the killer. He's the killer. He admitted it. There's a point in the video that I'm going to play shortly where you can hear Carmelo Anthony emotional, and then he just stops. It was almost like a fake cry. Now, I'm not going to kick his back in. I'm not trying to destroy his character, but he seemed like he was just emotional and acting in a sense. Either way, I think he panicked, and I do want to talk to, again, younger people who you need someone to tell you what to do and what not to do, because you can't just, flip out because somebody pushes you or touches you in this particular case. All right. Okay, let's get to the surveillance footage. Or do you want to hear the judge's interview first? How about we do the judge? Let's do the judge, and then we'll come back to the footage. The judge clears things up that I think are very, very important. And then we're going to focus on some of you fathers. Now, if I didn't mention, there are deadbeat fathers as well. Salute to bum-ass niggas who you planted a seed and you just never, owned up, and you never, you were never accountable for your actions, okay? Here we go. Let's get this video rolling here so we can have a robust discussion here on a Sunday, all right? Let's go.
Your name and how you spell it.
My name is John Roach, John Roach.
Now, I know the answers to that. I know the answer to that question, but I got to ask it for the
100%.
record. You've been on the bench for some time.
Yep, I've been on the bench for about 20 years.
20 years, and this is the end.
In the 6 months, it'll be in the end.
Did you want to take on this trial?
I wanted the Collin County Judiciary to take on this trial. It was important to me to have somebody from Collin County preside over this Collin County case. So I didn't ask for it. No one, that's not how it works anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for it, but I was certainly willing to do it because that was my duty.
In your conversations with, I guess it's an administrative judge who goes, I know they go down the list and they say, all right, it's your turn and it's your turn. As they go through all the conflicts of judges that may potential conflicts, when they come and say, John, this may be yours, your first reaction is?
I'll take it. Every time. I think it's my job. It's my duty. That's what I was elected to do.
Yeah.
That's the oath that I took. And I'm going to do my job.
No consultation with your family or?
None.
No.
Nope.
And where does that come from?
I don't know. I think it's just duty. I think duty, whether that's duty in the Marine Corps or just duty to my family and stuff, I take duty really seriously. And I took this job to perform that duty. And if that's what I had to do, that's what I have to do.
Did you fully at the time grasp the enormity of that decision and the outside stuff?
I don't know. I think in some ways I did. I think in other ways I didn't. I certainly knew it was very, very important case within our community. I didn't think I realized the enormity of the social media and the media during the trial.
How long have you been prepping for this trial?
I've been prepping for this trial with the departments, with the Collin County system, with the sheriff's office and everybody for about 8 months.
Is that the longest you've ever had to prep?
100%.
Why?
Logistics. One of the critical pieces of this case where we had minors who were testifying. Prior to me getting the case, we had some of those witnesses doxxed and swatted and revealed on social media. I didn't want that to add to the already traumatic event they've been through. And I didn't want them to change their testimony or be uncooperative with people trying to call them as witness out of fear. And so my number one duty at that point in time getting the case was to how do we protect those minors who are critical to this case to come and testify.
I'm sure you've already read and know that one of your fellow judges has already been doxxed and swatted and all the things.
I did know that.
And still no reluctance from wanting to take it on.
None.
Yeah. The decision to not have cameras or any kind of streaming, was that an easy one?
Yes, it was an easy decision. And I'll tell you why. My primary goal in any case is to make sure that the defendant and the prosecution gets a fair trial, period. I have seen from other cases around the country where cameras in the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted, the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, And we were not going to have that here. We were going to really isolate the purpose for which we were here for, which is to have that fair trial. And cameras in the courtroom did not enter into that equation at all.
How much grief did you get from people around you about that decision?
I don't know. I don't listen to it. I just flat don't listen to what's going on the outside. I do what I think is right, no matter what decision that is. And I sleep well at night knowing if I follow the law, then everything works out like it's supposed to. And so these outside influences, all the noise from the outside, I really isolated myself from that in this case and in all cases, and just do my job, do the best I can, following the law.
How do you think we're talking with the attorneys, other attorneys outside of this. How do you think they describe you?
Strict, no nonsense, fair, and that to me is the most important part. I know for a fact when I make a decision here, people are unhappy. What I hope is when they walk out the door that they think they got a fair trial, or a fair hearing, or fair something. And if they do that, no matter what they think about me personally, then I've succeeded.
And you're okay with any of those characterizations?
I think they're fair.
Yeah. I hate to have to ask about stuff that emerges on social media, but I have to ask it. And I know you don't know of any of it because you're not on social media.
I'm on it. I mean, I'm an elected official, so I have a Facebook page and stuff. Do I look at it? Do I monitor it? Do I let it impact me? None, not at all.
So I have to ask, do you have a personal relationship with the Metcalfs?
I wouldn't know Mr. Metcalf prior to this trial if he walked up to me and said hello. I don't know the Metcalfs. I sympathize with the Metcalfs and what they've been through and all, but I don't know them personally. Never have.
So these AI images emerging of you and them at a party or drinking together, all
Never
of
happened.
that.
And that's the problem with social media, isn't it? You can't tell what's true and what's not true. I will tell you, I got some reports of some things that were coming out of this courtroom, and I wondered to myself, were they even in the same courtroom that I was? It's that bad. And I think that's tragic, because I think really if you just listen to the case based upon the facts, you'd understand it so much better.
Do you think it reinforced your decision to not have cameras or streaming inside this?
Sort of. I will tell you this. Sometimes I think maybe I should have at least the audio streamed or something so people could hear it. But at the end of the day, I don't think no matter what, people are going to distort whatever happens or whatever they hear into their own agenda. And so what's the point? And again, that noise affects people, affects the fairness of the trial, the safety of the witnesses, the safety of the jury. And those are my primary concerns, not what social media says. It's not my duty. I don't think it's my job to feed social media or the media stuff. I certainly understand the role that media plays in a case like this, but I'm not here to feed it. And I took that very, very seriously.
But Judge, when people don't have access to the trial or the courtroom, doesn't it invite speculation?
Well, sort of, but I got 70 seats in my courtroom, and I had 200 requests by the media to sit in the courtroom. So let's say if I just entertain the press, then I have nobody from the public watching what's going on in their county. And so I had to do a balance between the media's right to know and to be able to report what's going on, because I think that's extraordinarily important. I think
this is the judge in the Carmelo Anthony trial speaking, in case you're just now joining us. And I just wanted you to hear his explanation on some things. I want to let this play, but I also want to get to some calls. Please sit tight in the queue. Good afternoon in the live chat. Anybody want to comment thus far? Comment thus far. Regardless of your emotional or cultural connection, can you be objective? And most important, do you think Carmelo Anthony's legal team let him down? Again, I'm saying he belongs in prison. He killed somebody. And we're going to get to his video shortly, but I just want to play a little bit more of the judge talking so you can hear how the process was viewed by the presiding judge. Here we go.
It's important that the general public had access to the courtroom and to see what was going on. And so I tried to balance all those things with the primary, again, purpose of having a fair trial. And I think I struck that balance pretty well.
But the media's right to know is the public's right to know. Is the public's access. We are the extension of that public.
I think somebody from the public that will wanted to come watch a trial and know that they were excluded from a trial because all the media was there. I beg to differ.
Do you think there was a possibility for a learning experience? I mean, people do not know about how trial works. Do you think that this may have been an opportunity for people to know how it truly works, and that kind of erases some of the negative notions of court and trial?
I'm doing
and
this
justice.
interview with you to make sure that people understand how the system works, and if they really wanted to, and I mean this seriously, if they wanted to, they could have stood in line with everybody else, and had the 27 to 32 public seats that we had in this courtroom that we rotated every day. And so, was that important to them? They could have made it in here.
How did you plan for some of the outside noise?
Well, we were certainly playing with the sheriff's office and the McKinney Police Department and the Allen Police Department and the Frisco Police Department. So those were talks that we're having 8 months before the trial to ensure the safety of the people out in the parking lots. They certainly had a right to demonstrate and all, and I think we struck a very, very good balance, allowed them to do that, at the same time maintaining safety of everybody involved.
Did it affect your day-to-day decisions?
It didn't.
I like that comment on the screen from Project Aries. If Melo got ass whoopings at home, he wouldn't have used no knife. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's the eldest of his siblings, right? He's the oldest. Was he the spoiled one out the gate? I mean, respect to his mother, but she's another crier like Carmelo. Just another 30 seconds of this, and then I'm going to play the Carmelo Anthony video. Here we go.
Actually, I didn't. I came in from a different entrance from the courthouse. I didn't come in through the front. I couldn't hear any noise at all from my office. The jurors were not facing the parking lot, so they didn't see anything or hear anything. And I think we did a marvelous job in isolating them and having them concentrate just on what was going on in this courtroom, which was my instruction from the very, very beginning.
What made this trial different?
I think it started off bad. And it started off bad with the doxing and the swatting of the judge and the parties, the witnesses, and all that stuff. So I think it started off bad, and I'm going to attribute that to social media. And I think social media got it wrong. And it is what it is. I think that's something we have to live with these days. But I think it's my responsibility and other judges' responsibility to make sure, no matter what's going on in social media, that someone can walk in a courthouse and get a fair trial.
Did it make it very different when you realized a lot of your witnesses are young witnesses?
No, look, I've been doing this for 20 years. A lot of the witnesses come in all shapes and sizes and colors and all that. And so that was normal for me. What wasn't normal for me is to have those witnesses be intimidated by things being said on social media, because those young people rely on social media more than I certainly do. And so that sure impacted me, to make sure that they did not change their testimony. They were willing to come in and tell the truth without fear of being doxxed or swatted and stuff. And so I took every precaution that I could, consistent with the law, to make that happen.
I know Steve brought it up to you, and I know both sides probably brought it up as well. The AI images of people claiming to be inside this courtroom.
Yeah, that ticked me off a little bit, because if you're going to call yourself the press, and people are going to depend on you to tell them what's going on in this courtroom, you should be telling the truth. And so Mr. Stoller, a public information officer, brought it to my attention that some news outlets were posting photos saying from inside the courtroom. And it wasn't my courtroom. It wasn't the witness. It wasn't their testimony. And that's tragic, because, again, that just breeds the narrative that these people want to cultivate in our community to drive a wedge between us. And I think that's terrible.
Since we're on the topic of image.
Let me stop right there. Thank you for your comments. They railroaded the boy, and the judge and defense was on BS. Okay. Some of you might be new to my show. This is the objective perspective. I don't have to pick a side. I'm more concerned with, presenting different positions and or angles so that you, the younger generation, you can come to a conclusion that benefits you. I've lived my life for the most part. Let me also say this with regards to race hustlers and or grifters. There's a lot of them out there. And I want you to always keep something in mind. Do they live amongst you? If you are of the we mentality, yo, they do it. They did him dirty. Do your race hustlers live in these areas, or are they living somewhere, behind a gated, behind gates in a gated community, pointing the finger, always pointing the finger? It's important to say. We're almost done. Hold on.
Can we talk about some of the drawings of
Sure,
you during the sketch art? What do you think? What do you think?
My wife would show me a drawing every once in a while of a court case going on. I couldn't figure out who the judge was. And it's all serious. The sketch artist was awesome. She was very sweet. She was here every day, putting her life's work into those images. Because we didn't have cameras in the courtroom, that's the only visual that anybody got. She did a marvelous job. I think I'm more handsome than what she portrayed overall, but I'll let everybody else figure that out.
Did the jury get it right?
Yeah, they did. You know why? Because they were picked based upon the law. They listened to the facts. They happened here in this very courtroom, and they got a verdict. And so that's the process. And whatever they say, they get it right.
There's going to be a lot of scrutiny over voir dire. Mm-hmm. And you denied the defense and the dismissing of 3 jurors who at least identified as African American on their bio.
Pay attention.
What did you make of that moment?
Well, that's not exactly how it works. The defense didn't dismiss them.
I'm sorry, the defense raised an objection.
They raised an objection. Yeah, they have raised an objection. Like I told you before, as long as I follow the law, I sleep well at night. And I'm telling you, I follow the law in that case. Did I know what the perception was going to be? Sure. I knew in the back of my mind what the perception was going to be. But I'm not here to satisfy perceptions. I'm not here to satisfy agendas. I'm not here to do any of those things. I'm here to follow the law. And I did it to a T. And I'm proud of that. Very proud of that.
Is this your last big trial?
It's my last big trial. The sad part about it is, I will tell you before I leave at the end of the year, I'll try a couple more murder cases, for example. The parking lot won't be full. The gallery won't be full of people watching the case. But we still have somebody who's died and someone accused of doing the killing. And it won't draw the attention that this case did. And their death is no less tragic than the tragic death of the young man in this case. And so big trial, I guess, from an outsider's perspective and the social media and the media interest in the case. But crime still happens in Collin County, and every single person deserves to have as fair of a trial that Karmelo Anthony had.
What's your take on Carmelo Anthony?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You've had a lot of defendants in your courtroom.
I have had a lot of defendants in my courtroom, and I talked to Mr. Anthony a couple of times because I'm legally required to go over some things with him. He seems like a nice young man who committed a crime, and he understands today more than any day before today the consequences of committing a crime like he did.
Last question.
Yes, sir.
The future of the justice system. What do you think about it when you realize you have all these social media influencers and citizen journalists? I
don't know. I hope that the judges that hear cases, period. I was about to say high-profile cases, but that's not it. It's just any case. Realizes the importance of their job, and their job is to be fair to the state and to the defendant, and to protect the people that come before them and make just and right decisions based upon the law. And if we can do that, that's great. The influence of social media, I think, is going to continue to impact our communities everywhere. And I hope that we can rely upon our justice system to weed through the noise and find justice for everybody who comes through our doors.
This is a personal question I wanted to ask you.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Okay, one more question, please. Let's get past this so we can go to the phone lines and the video of Carmelo Anthony pretending to cry. It was weird.
Understand why the legitimate media had to be a pain in your ass?
Legitimate media. There's this guy named Jobin who I think was probably the worst of all of them. And no, I didn't understand how he could be that way. Look, I absolutely understand the media's role in all this. I mean, it's the First Amendment for a reason. It is absolutely the First Amendment for a reason. But at the same time, a defendant has a right to a fair trial, and the prosecution has a right to a fair trial. That's also in the Constitution. And so you just have to balance all those interests. And I'll honestly say, I think I balanced it well. And I know I made people mad, but I'm not here to make them happy either. I hope that the Metcalfs think that their son got a fair trial in this courtroom, as do I hope that the Anthony family thinks their son got a fair trial in this courtroom. I certainly think he did.
Did you feel the pressure of the other courts not being able to operate too?
So,
okay, I think that's enough. That was the judge in the Carmelo Anthony murder trial, okay? And I don't really have an opinion on the judge, to be honest with you. As long as you do your job, I can leave personal feelings and emotion out of it. As many of you, I would imagine, depending on your age, we have to look at different cases. We can't just say, oh, well, George Zimmerman, this other case from 20 years ago. It doesn't work like that. Different states have different rules, parameters, and laws, okay? All right. We have a couple of people on hold, but I do want to make sure that, I'm sorry, someone is just coming on with him because his knife was, okay. Let me take one call before I get to the next video. Let's take our time here. Happy Father's Day. Area code 720. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. I'm going to say it one time. Good afternoon.
Stars, Charlie Brown, man. Thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
Good to hear from you. Charlie Brown, where do you want to start?
Thank you, sir. So I did see the video that they did release. And, I really want to say that, like you had mentioned before, and I really felt that from the beginning, but I think it really hit when he started crying and basically saying that, he touched me first and, this and that. And I'm just like, I feel like his father really failed him. He doesn't know how to defend himself. And clearly, if you could see in that video, obviously he wasn't being jumped. He wasn't being accosted. And it's really concerning for me with the Black community. I love my people.
Nobody was chasing him. You had one person who followed him and pointed him out. Go ahead.
Right. And the visual hallucinations that the Black community has is concerning to me. And it always takes me back to when you mentioned that post-traumatic slave syndrome. And essentially, I feel like a lot of the Black community is suffering from that. I mean, essentially, it's just it's a way of basically how Black folks can cope and basically get through just societal, differences and racism and things like that. But if you look at that,
if I can jump in, Charlie Brown, I don't know if Carmelo Anthony suffers from anything, and I'm post-traumatic slave syndrome. Let's not try to put that theory in there with regards to what he did. He killed someone. I'm not trying to align myself with killers just because I'm a man of color and he's a man of color. But hang on a second. I haven't played the video yet. And you don't have to agree with me. This show is not an echo chamber. I did not see Carmelo Anthony getting jumped. I saw him jog. He wasn't scrambling to get out of Dodge because white boys was teeing off on him. I didn't see that. And the crying that you referenced when I played this video, it was like a 10-second, he did me, and then he stopped. It was crazy. Yes, no?
Right. Absolutely. And I'm like, I've been in a few scrums, and if if you're scrumming, there's going to be some moving around. Something's going to be moving. There wasn't no action going on underneath that tent. So, I think everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. And I just hope my people can, get over this and start looking at things for what it really is from an objective perspective. But I appreciate you starting. I hope you have a great show.
Yes,
and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Happy Father's Day. I'm not saying there wasn't some motion under the tent, but I didn't see it. Again, I saw Carmelo jogging. Came up out of the tent. Nobody was, trying to give him rabbit punches, hitting you in the back of the head. I didn't see that. Let me play the video, guys, and then we'll go back to the phone lines here. It's Father's Day. Call in if you're a father and you're hurting.
If somebody is treating the victim, they need to be over there. Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me. Dispatch 443. I got the suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? I'll look here.
Copy, I'll be in route.
Help me, y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Come over here. I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay? Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspects detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. All right,
Dispatch is 432.
huh? Okay. What's been there? So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me? Okay.
I'm going to be out with this.
I'm gonna be a little personal there, okay? Just to make sure. Okay. All right. The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medics. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. Already searched him. He's got nothing on him.
I don't know what happened.
423.
Did you hear that? He said, he put his hands on me. And then within seconds, the female officer asked him something, and he says, no, ma'am. It's crazy, but, what do I know? Hold on, let's go back. 2:14-minute mark. Here we go. Let's play it again. Listen carefully.
Guys, all right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect.
Stop right there. Troll babies, did you hear that? My kids spend money. Everything stops for my kids. Oh my God, Lord Stryker, you spent Skrilla, so I'm gonna let you get that off, man. But come on, I'm not trying to tear the young man down. I'm saying he panicked. He panicked. Okay, you heard it. He put his hands on me. One more time.
That's over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched him. He's got nothing
I
on him.
don't know what happened.
423. Trackers have an CPR progress for a little bit.
Freezing.
You know, the wrong thing.
Freezing.
Sorry, over here. Up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Let me do one more little check of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
Salute to the officers treating Carmelo with respect, kindness. They didn't put him in a headlock and give him a noogie. That they didn't choke him out and, do him dirty?
I'm wearing some little underwear. No, ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
12:30, show me out.
Racing.
Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay? Yes, all right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay?
Yes,
all right.
402, I'm on scene.
So your first name is Carmelo?
Yes,
Racing.
Nigga about to tell on himself. Nigga about to tell on himself. Listen, I've told on multiple times on other people.
Let's see, hold on one second.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know yet, man. Carmelo, C-A-R-A.
K-A-R.
K-A-R.
M-E-L-O.
M-E-L-O. Carmelo, what's your last name? A-N-T-H. O-N-Y. We're ready, when?
I'm in 12th grade.
10th grade? You go to Emerson? Where do you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, Centennial. All right, sit tight for me real quick, bud, all right? All right. Let me run this guy real quick. I haven't talked to him at all.
Okay. All right. Phone lines are open. This show is not a vacuum. I want your thoughts, your opinions, whether I agree with you or not. Is this what I think it is? Hey there. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Good afternoon.
Hey.
Yeah, good afternoon, Star. Hey, it's Big Lex on the check-in.
Big Lex, how are you, man? What's cracking?
I'm good. So I want to break this up based on what I just saw or hear with you. So let's go to the DA. I think it was really interesting how he sat there and he kept saying case law, case law, the jury was picked by the law. Yeah, I have a undergraduate law degree, and the first thing that you learn immediately is that you don't go into a criminal law court to get criminal justice. It's about criminal law. So his language was very, very on par with that. And the second thing that I learned...
You mean the judge who was just talking? The judge who was just talking?
Yeah, the judge, right. Yeah, the judge. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
And the second thing that I learned also was that every lawyer is an officer of the court. So even if it's the DA and also the attorney that's supposed to be protecting you, they are officers of the court. So there's a certain allegiance that they both must have. So you have to also think about that as well. And the accusation that Carmelo's attorney sold him down the river. So, but that's always been that. And there is some allegiance of that because defense attorneys sometimes switch over and become DAs. Right. So it's a one big murky water political.
Attorneys want to cut deals. Nobody wants to go to trial. Right. They want to cut deals, right or wrong. Most
Right.
Stop right there. I want you to speak. Stop right there. Did you graduate? You said you're in law school?
Yeah. No. I had a criminal justice degree, graduated with that, but yeah.
You graduated?
Hello?
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a lawyer?
Yeah. So
you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer. What is your profession, sir? I'm not asking where you work, but what is you're a lawyer now?
No, I'm not an attorney now. Because I knew that it's funny that you asked that question because once I started to see how the sausage was made, I pivoted over to something else because I didn't want to be part of that system.
Okay. How many years did you go to college? Was 8 years?
Yeah. Say it again.
8 years. How many years did you go to college? To salute you for
6.
Salute to you. Wow. So you went to school for 6 years. You got a law degree, and you work in fast food. I'm confused.
Nah. Now I work in education now.
Okay.
Okay. No, but and that's what I'm commenting when a lot of particularly Afro-American people see how the system really works and see how the sausage is made. They say, you know what? They pivot to something else because some people can stomach it, some people can't.
So did you say Afro-American? Afro?
Well, I'm just going to say minority individuals because the system is actually kind of set up against.
No, sir, you said Afro. Listen, I'm a dropout, but I'm a listener. You said Afro-Americans. I'm just trying to be correct, yes?
Well, because we're in America, so I'm going to say Afro-Americans or any person.
But that's what you said, Afro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, Afro-American, yeah.
Come on.
Well, foundational.
Okay.
But so there's that, and I don't know if you watch some of the case or knew certain things, but if they were really citing case law in the courts, there were certain antics that the DA was doing that was trying to persuade the jury into going into the direction of guilty, whereas they would say the situation of telling the father that he might not want to see the tape, so he might leave the room. These type of little antics that will get the jury to really go in that direction and not being comfortable with the case law.
Gotcha.
And also, Texas has this little funny jury law, whereas if one person on a jury is undecided, then they got to wrap it up and do it all over again. And so if there was potentially one black person on that jury and didn't go with that, that would have been out of the
I have to jump in, sir, because you're doing a lot of speculating.
Black person.
Hang on, sir, you're doing a lot of speculating now and afterthoughts about things that didn't happen. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm not a law student. Salute to you. You went through the institutions of learning. Are you saying Carmelo Anthony was done dirty? Carmelo Anthony is innocent? What are you saying?
Oh, okay. No. He wasn't done dirty, but he put himself in the position of becoming done dirty because we already know that the system is not hedges against Afro-Americans and people of melanated skin. And let's go now pivot over to one of the comments that I did see, whereas if Carmelo was having beatings, maybe he would have acted better. And that's a true fact. Okay. Whereas that's why black households usually put hands on their children because they understand if they don't put hands on their children, the police and the law will. Okay. So it's not basically child abuse. It's like corrective behavior. Take this pain in-house because if you get it out-house, there's nothing we can do for you out there. Okay. And Carmelo Anthony did not receive any type of parental discipline. So when he was out on the land to act correctly. And that's where all that comes about because black people know in particular that the system hedges against them. Well,
hang on a second, sir. I appreciate everything you've said. I got to wrap this up. Final thoughts, because again, I'm objective with it, but I've already gone on record and said I think he belongs in prison. I don't want to destroy his character, but I think he may have been a little overly emotional. I say he overreacted, and his parents failed him. That's what I'm saying. Finish up, please.
I agree with that sentiment. Not that this is an echo situation as well. He put himself in a situation where as he tricked himself out of his freedom, and there's nobody to blame but him first and foremost, and also his parents.
Okay. So I got to go. Thank you. Thank you. Are you guys still using the term Afro-American? He said it a few times. I don't want to interrupt, but he's Afro. What the? Shanice, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. Okay. Blade, did you get my show notes? Blade, I think I copied you on my show notes. Blade, oh my goodness, coming up in about a half an hour, Rabbi Shmuley going 10 toes down. Blade, did you get my show notes? Yeah, the Jews do not accept Kanye West's apology without a bag. Area code 202, please watch the language. We're talking about a few topics here, mainly the surveillance footage from the Carmelo Anthony quagmire. Are you there?
Crown from D.C., Star.
Yes, sir.
Happy Father's Day, father to the trolls.
Absolutely.
Father to the trolls.
Thank you, man. How are you, Crown? What do you want to start?
Yes, sir. I hear you talking. Interesting. You say you feel like he overreacted. But
he panicked.
Then listening to you,
he panicked.
He panicked. Yeah. So you are an influencer. I've heard you numerous times say that if something were to go down, you hitting everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is in that situation, is Star overreacting? Did Star's parents do him dirty, not raise him well?
Well, I don't do hypotheticals. I have let that thing fly.
Mm-hmm.
I have been caught with firearms. I've already said how I got out of those situations. Many records have been sealed and expunged. So here I am. Carmelo Anthony, is where he is. Maybe he didn't have the right legal team. I don't know. But what you don't do is just start talking off the rip. He admitted to his crime. Yes, right off the rip. He admitted it.
Well, at the time, this is a 17-year-old student who I agree did panic.
Crown. He said, I did it. I stabbed him. He said that. Let's not argue about that. He admitted it.
I'm not arguing that.
Okay.
I'm not arguing that.
So he put himself on video cam, giving them the evidence that they needed. Now, me, I've gotten out of certain things. I've thrown niggas under the bus and in front of the train. Totally different scenario. I'm still here, but again, I'm trying not to kick his back in, but I think I have the right to say that his destiny, I can't help him. Is there some type of groundswell now of legal experts that are going to get together and give him a new appeal? What's going on now?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, the first conversation we had from this topic, I did say specifically that I do think that we need to do a show specifically about that legal team because
I don't remember, Crown. I don't remember.
I got you.
And I haven't done all that work. But talk now. I got you. I don't have.
I got you. But they are in a state where it is legal to defend yourself after being accosted.
Okay.
So whether you feel or anybody feels like he went overboard after being accosted, that's kind of a mute point because I legally have the right to defend myself. And should we also be, since this is the objective perspective, should we also be talking about Metcalf's parents not treating him how to approach people, being a bully, assaulting people? How do we get in this situation in the first place? Let's be objective. Let's be fair on both sides. Don't just try to throw Carmelo under his parents. No, how do he get in the situation in the first place? Well, he was touched. And he told the boy,
can I respond?
Me alone, back up.
Can I respond to what you just said?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The attorneys and the prosecution, I think they played a better hand because Jeff Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's father, he didn't testify. He followed the rules and the guidelines of the gag order. He didn't say nothing. He let everybody else do all the goddamn talking. So if you're asking me about, let's talk about this, let's talk about what happened. He didn't say nothing. Carmelo Anthony's legal team, I think, did him in. 2 out of 3 witnesses called, got on the stand, and could not even confirm they saw anything. Go ahead.
Which would to me would say that he clearly was railroaded. Again, the defense team was horrible.
Okay.
Is horrible.
Okay.
That's the only thing. I'm not worried about the prosecution. It's Texas. It's racism everywhere. It's white supremacy.
Okay.
I ain't worried about the father. He ain't got much to say when they friends with the judge and the prosecutor. I ain't worried about all that.
Come on.
The defense team had a clear-cut case where this boy defended himself against somebody accosting him. And if you look at the footage from the track meet, where he had to run upward, up the steps, and outward, he didn't run down the steps because he was surrounded by other students. So let's talk about that as well.
I didn't see that, Crown. I'm sorry, Crown. I didn't see that. I saw him jogging, not running. Ah! No, he was jogging. He was not surrounded when he was running down the bleachers. I didn't see that, Crown. I'm sorry.
Wait, so wait. If he wasn't surrounded, then why would he run upward instead of downward after assaulting somebody? He was surrounded by.
Tell us.
That's in the footage.
Tell us. I didn't see it. Tell us. I didn't see it.
Okay, guy. Okay, you probably put that footage up tomorrow, maybe. I don't know, this week. But yes, there's footage. You're fine. Before he runs towards the track area, he runs upward out of the tent and outward towards the steps. He does not run directly down because he's surrounded by other students. Nobody does.
Crown, can I play it?
Word in.
Can I play it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. You want to hold?
Go, sure.
Okay, guys, I got Crown the line. Carmelo was jogging. This nigga wasn't scrambling like 2 eggs on Sunday morning. Where is the footage? Here we go. Crown will put you on hold, okay? Stay there. Okay. There's Carmelo. Can you see that, Crown?
I'm actually on the phone. I'm not.
Well, I'm going to go back for you, Crown, because when he comes from up out of the tent and he's jogging, nobody's around him. Nobody's on top of him. I'm playing the footage, Crown, just for you. Again, here it is. Here it is. By himself, right there. By himself. Here's a guy right here who was following him. He stopped. Now he's running. And here's a guy now coming back again with the knapsack, pointing. There he is. There he is. There he is. He's jogging. He's jogging. Nobody has jumped on top of him. Nobody is throwing haymakers. They're pointing. There he is. There he is. Right there. There. Help. Help. Help.
Well, you're speaking to the aftermath, not the actual situation. So let's be clear about that. I don't want you kind of painting a different narrative. You're moving the goalposts. You're speaking about the aftermath of the situation.
No. Crown, you said when he came up out of the tent, they were surrounding him. I just played it.
I said he came out. I said the direction he ran was not straight down because he was surrounded. He had to go upward and then outward towards the steps.
Come on.
Because he was surrounded.
Come on.
We're only seeing footage. Ironically, it's 2026. We got footage and audio of everybody else, but except the actual incident. Where's the footage of that? I'm pretty sure it's out there and they're hiding it.
Tell us, please. I want to see it. Where is it?
And I don't know. I'm pretty sure the officers of the law in Texas have their hands on it and waiting to release it on another holiday that has something to do with Black people, like on Juneteenth. So how ironic is that? Come on now. Objective perspective. Objective perspective.
That has nothing to do with objective perspective. You're alluding to a conspiracy, but continue.
I mean, well, this is the land of white supremacy, so why not?
Gotcha.
But nonetheless, this is just footage of the aftermath. But again, I agree that he panicked in the moment, but why was the moment there in the first place? Because Austin Metcalf's parents then teach him to respect others.
Gotcha.
Then teach him to keep his hands to himself.
Possibly.
Let's talk about that.
Possibly, yeah. I've already been on record.
We're not possibly. He's gone. He's 6 feet under. So it's not possibly. It's facts.
No. Possibly his parents did not teach him. I've already said that more than likely, from my experience, growing up around mostly Caucasians, they have this air of arrogance, and they will come over to you and say, "What are you doing here? You don't belong here." It's probably what happened, but I'm not certain. But hey, man, land your plane. I'm not rushing you up the line, but I want you to get your point across. I appreciate you. Or do you want to comment on Father's Day? It's up to you, Crown.
Well, I mean, you know where I'm going with it. FBA all day. Respect to all the fathers. Again, you are the troll father. Been watching you for 10 plus years, listening to you since the Vlad days. Respect to you. Thank you for allowing me to speak, and enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Crown. Salute.
Yes.
Okay, Crown tapping in. All right. Area code 617. Please watch the language. We're talking about the Carmelo Anthony footage and the judge's interview and so on and so forth. Are you there?
Yeah, yes, sir. Watching that video, it really does confirm everything that we've seen, everything we've heard as far as the witness testimony and what was originally reported in the police report. So I think we're at a point now where we have a pretty good idea of what transpired underneath that tent and the events that led up to it in the aftermath. Now, I think that the biggest issue here is the parents of Carmelo Anthony have done him a major disservice from the beginning of this entire thing by not embracing the family of the victim when they had the opportunity to do so. When he showed up at that press conference, they could have prayed with him like he wanted to do. And I guarantee you he would have given a victim impact statement that would have been in favor of Carmelo. Maybe he would have served 10 years, gotten out in 5. But because they went on this smear campaign against the other family, they put him in a terrible situation. I have to say, all the people supporting him and his parents. I just think it's a terrible thing.
If I can jump in here for a second, we can't control social media when it comes to high profile killings, of this magnitude. I don't necessarily think that the parents should have said anything, certainly not do a press conference. Sometimes you have to just shut up I know it's hard, and it's especially hard for the younger generation. I'm from that era where I won't say nothing. I'm not trying to, feed into the peanut gallery, so to speak. I'm not trying to fight my case in the public. And I just don't know if that would have helped them. But, it could have. You bring up a good point. Maybe the impact statement could have helped him. But I believe he belongs in prison. He killed someone. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone would agree we don't want our children going to school with someone who's capable of that level of violence over such a small incident. I mean, that's dangerous for everybody. So for the best of it's in everyone's best interest to have him somewhere where it can be around other people like him that are violent and keep him away from the rest of us. And I just think that the overall support for this kid in light of the testimony, the outcome of the trial, I feel like you're really grasping at straws trying to find some excuse to give this kid the benefit of the doubt when there's not a shred of evidence to support any of these claims that are being made on his behalf. I just don't understand.
Let me jump in right there. You see, that's where I can understand Black people not wanting to, quote unquote, give up the fight. You see, in this country, there have been hundreds of years of violations, mutilations, reckless killings, slaughters, and literally destroying Black communities. So I have no problem with Black people, wanting to go down fighting and die fighting. I respect that. But now with regards to Carmelo Anthony, again, I think he panicked. He's got to do his time. Do you think that he will or should get an appeal? And if so, then what? An appeal?
I think that it's the idea of him getting any sort of appeal in this situation. It's almost laughable. I mean, there's really, he has no claim to on appeal, if he's going to bring up some issue with the trial, the initial trial, there really was no issue that I could see that he would be anywhere near successful in bringing. And I understand what you're saying about people supporting him. However, I feel like this is the wrong case to do it for. And if you're going to support him, I feel like what you should say is, listen, I'm supporting him because I'm Black.
Well, with all due respect, are you Black? Yeah. Are you Black?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, but please don't tell Black people how they should think. Don't do that.
But I'm just
don't do. Don't do that. When you do that, then you're putting your nose into an area and or culture you have no right to. But I'll let you land.
I'm not talking just to Black. Okay, I'm not talking just to Black people. I'm just saying if you're going to support him, and
sir, you didn't hear me. You should never, ever listen carefully. Try to tell Black people what they should do and or think. You don't have the right. But land your plane. Land your plane.
I guess you shouldn't tell them to move out of a tent either, because that's bad. But anyway, thanks.
That's after the fact. But thank you, man. That's after the fact.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah. See, I will cut old face short once you start that. Here's what you guys should do. Once you start that shit, now we got a problem. Thank you for your donations. Hey, Doris, got your donation. Which Doris is that? I know 5 Doris. The night the lights went out in Georgia 2.0. Okay. Thank you for your support, Doris. Man, I got so much going on right here. Guys, if anybody wants to post, not a shout out, but some type of acknowledgement in the community section, I'll cut you a deal today. Come on. Big up your father, your baby daddy, your financial supporter, provider. If you yourself, or if you're a father or a sperm donor, you want to big up yourself, holla. Where's my email address? Send an email. As long as you pay for a banner, we'll put your stuff in the live in the post section. Pardon me. $50. Come on, it's Father's Day, Hang on a second. Hey, Olivia, thank you for your support. Happy Father's Day to you and yours. Olivia?
Hey, Star. Happy
Hey.
Father's Day to you and everybody that's,
Thank
you
you.
know, father.
Thank you.
And so I just wanted to comment on this video. So when he ran and, you know, he was running like a track star, and then like his body language kind of concerned me when he just like calmed down and just got like real cool. Like he wanted to blend in. And it's like, did he know, you know, it's like, I guess hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I guess it's like, did he know, he did something wrong, you know, and then he just tried to blend in with the crowd, but everybody already pointed him out anyway. Like that body language is real concerning to me. And I just feel, you know, I feel sorry for the young man, because like I said, I have a son around his age, but if he did something wrong, you know, I'm that type of parent. I'm gonna let him know, like, you was raised better than that. You know, you shouldn't have done that, and you know you shouldn't have done that, and you have to pay the consequences now. Like I said before, I think his sentence was fair, you know, and you know, much blessings to him.
I do not have any biological kids, none that I'm claiming, and nobody has sued me for child support, but you know, if I had to try and put myself in that position, and it's hard because I don't do hypotheticals, I can see a parent say, son, or if it's a daughter, we're going to die with the lie. Some people take it all the way to the grave. Can you understand that?
What do you mean all the way to the grave?
I've had associates, I mean, straight killers. Laid people down, put them in the deep six. Until this day, those who are still alive, they say, I swear it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I swear, but it was them.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, and you know, those are the people I worry about, because it's like, why you not taking accountability for your actions? You know what I mean? And those are the type of people I worry about. And I feel like those are the type of people, when they kids and they bad, they parents take up for them. And then they grow up and then they had this type of behavior, like, you know, they could just do anything they want to do. Right. You know, so.
Olivia, stay with me. Can I ask you a question? I just, you know, early in the mornings when I'm sipping my coffee, and I'm talking to myself, I have done so for decades. I was thinking about the bonnet and the historical meaning behind Christian women who are supposed to wear veils, but most of them don't. Women who wear hijabs and so on and so forth. Now, this may sound crazy. Does the bonnet have any power today? The bonnet.
I don't like when women come out wearing bonnets and, you know, going to restaurants. I just went to the nail salon yesterday, and the girl sitting next to me when we was getting our toes I had a bonnet. That bothers me because it just represents it makes people believe that we ghetto, all black women are like ghetto, or whoever wear a bonnet or pajamas are trashy or ghetto. I don't like it. I know who was that? Monique. She got a lot of slack for that, but she was being honest. You know, she was just trying to help these young ladies out. Like, be more ladylike when you stepping outside, you know. And
hang on a second, Olivia. But at the same time, I respect the hell out of, what's her name? She used to do the Bonnet Chronicles. Is it Tammy? What's Tammy?
I love Tammy. Yes,
I fuck with Tammy heavy.
Thanks.
Is she still doing?
Yes.
What was it called? Was it the Bonnet
Chronicles? Yes. But that was her thing. That was her thing to make her some money. You know what I mean? That was her thing. But
hold on. But you see, the way she flipped it, she gave a lot of meaning to the bonnet. So I'm just asking, does the bonnet have any type of black girl magic power? Because you see a lot of niggas talk that, yo, these girls is ghetto. I can't stand to see them up in Walmart and in the airport. And they are married to women who wear the bonnet. They have daughters, and they better not say a goddamn thing if one of their daughters or wives goes outside with the bonnet. They won't say nothing. So my question: does the bonnet have some type of magical power, or am I crazy?
Are you crazy?
I'm
No,
crazy.
it doesn't have no
I'm crazy.
magical power.
Okay.
Me and my homegirls are not around, dinner with no bonnets on, kikiing. No, we are fly. Okay? No, absolutely not. So that's just, that's a new thing.
All right.
I'm used to coming outside fly. Bonnets for in the house. They are not for outside.
Gotcha. Thank you for your support, Olivia. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy
Bye.
Father's Day. Bye.
The head covering that I had to wear in the Amish community that I grew up in. It was old order Amish. Each Amish church has a certain specific type of head covering that they have to wear in that church. It's part of the ordning rules. And there is tons of rules about this head covering, the way it has to be made, the way it has to be worn. For example, we had to have strings, and we had to have this little bow in the back, and it has to have a little dip here. It's called an ushtela. I don't know how to say it in English, but it has to go up a little bit before it goes back. That was another one of the rules. If you're a member of the church, you can get in trouble if your head covering is not made very specific according to the rules. We had to wear a head covering all the time in public and most of the time at home. Younger girls who were still in Rumspringa before they're a member of the church, they a lot of times would not wear a bonnet except for in church. They would just wear their head covering. But anyone who is younger or a member of the church, they have to wear their bonnet to go to church and in public. They're supposed to wear it if they go grocery shopping, if they go visiting, or wherever else. This is only worn out in public on top of their head covering until they get to their destination, and then they can take their bonnet off. There are certain women in the Amish communities that make the head coverings and the bonnets, and they sell it in the Amish fabric stores for the rest of the community.
Area code 609, we're trying to focus on the surveillance footage, Karmelo Anthony, and a few other topics. 609.
What's up, Star?
Hey, how are you, sir?
Hey, so I wanted to speak on behalf of both parents, both families, the Metcalf and the Anthonys. And I totally disagree with people holding them accountable and criticizing them as if they did something wrong. As a parent myself, what many people may or may not know is that a lot of these children, they suffer from mental health issues. What happens is that, they have poor developmental skills, as far as, their brain development, it doesn't even form until they're like in their late 20s. Just a lot of them are just wired differently. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So as far as a parent is concerned, there's an old saying. It's like in one ear, out the other. You could sit down and you could speak to these children all you want, and literally it falls on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of children who do come from two-parent households, loving families, a beautiful, healthy household, and they still turn out to be cokeheads. They still turn out to be high school dropouts or sluts or whores. You know what I'm saying? It's just there's really not much that you can do. So to point the finger at the parents as if they did something wrong, I just think it's incredibly unfair.
Stay with me a second because I just wanted to fact check something. I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, Carmelo killed somebody. So all those people that you named, whether they were on drugs, whether they were prostitutes, and what have you, we're not talking about them having killed someone and getting sentenced to 35 years. You're a parent of what type of child, without saying where you live and all that sort of jazz? Are you a father of a teenage girl, an adult male? What?
I have 3 teenage girls.
Okay, and your girls, when they go through that stage from 12 years old and into 15, you can't control them, right? It's like a crapshoot.
Yeah, I mean, they're difficult, you know what I mean? But I imagine there's many parents that experience the same.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some are worse, some are lighter.
But they haven't killed anybody. So we're talking about a killer. We're talking, again, I can respect what you're saying. Let me just say something here again. I don't know if you've ever heard me say it. It's not that deep. I don't think that Carmelo Anthony understood where he was living. They moved from Louisiana. How old was he? Maybe 14, 15 or something like that when he when they moved into this affluent white area? Do you know?
I do not. I think it was like teenage years. It was young.
Yeah,
teenagers.
yeah. So he moved from a place that was predominantly black, and let's be real, he probably needed a knife in that setting. You move around Caucasians, you have to be more slick with the tongue. You have to know how to respond to sarcasm, cynicalism, condescending behavior, and you can't just pop off. He popped off and he panicked. I'm not saying you're wrong, but he did not make the adjustment. You have to make an adjustment when you move from one area to another. You can't just say, touch me and see what happens. And stab somebody. That's not the real world, but go ahead.
No, I absolutely agree. I mean, you're not wrong, but again, I don't know how you can hold the parents accountable. You know what I mean? For what we know or don't know, I mean, the parents probably had sat them down and talked to them about this. And for him, he probably just, bounced it right off his chest. He didn't care whatsoever. I mean, I don't know for certain, but at the same time, it just becomes an ongoing issue. I mean, look at how the government gets involved in parenting now, where they say, hey, if you hit your child to discipline them, then we're calling CPS on you, But at the same time, they're saying that, oh, well, if your kid is out of line, then guess what? We're going to lock him and you up. We're going to hold you accountable. So it's like a catch-22. And also, if I can say this real quick before I let you go, for many people out there that may or may not know Andy Reid. Andy Reid is the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Yep. He did 16, 17 years with the Eagles, right? Hear me out. He had 3 sons, right? 2 of his sons were scumbags, all right?
So I'm not going into that direction. You see, right now you're saying something I don't know to be true. It's hearsay. I'm not doing all that.
I'm just making
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to attack somebody's kids. I don't know if what you're saying is even real, but come on, finish up on Carmelo Anthony, please.
So again, I just want to kind of focus on the parents, and listen, sometimes you're going to have young kids that are going to do things and they're going to have to pay the price regardless. You can try your best with a lot of these children, but maybe it's destined. I don't know.
Does he belong in prison, in your opinion, Carmelo Anthony?
I do, but not for 35 years. That's crazy.
How much time should he have gotten?
7. I mean, there's old gangsters that are responsible for 25, 30 murders, and they only got 11 years and out. So
if Carmelo Anthony killed one of your daughters, and I say that with all due respect, 7 years.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, depending on the circumstances in a situation like this.
You're a liar, sir. Sir, you're a liar. You're a liar.
honest to God, strike me down.
No, sir. There is no God. You're a liar. But thank you for your call.
Thanks.
7 years for killing my daughter. Death to that nigger. Give me the death penalty. He killed my baby. Lock up his mama. Put ankle bracelets on his little brothers and sisters. I want justice, goddamn. Area code 609. Please watch the language. Are you there? Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, it's Keisha. How you doing?
Hey, Doc. Can you turn that down in the background? What's going on, baby? I want to hear you.
Yeah, turn it down in the background. Yes, hi.
What's going on with you, girl?
Yes, I'm just going to weigh in on the conversation with the Carmelo Anthony. I think he's absolutely wrong. I think that his action doesn't justify anything. So, I mean, the sentence was a little bit harsh, but he did the crime. He did the crime. Unfortunately, I'm a mother. I have a child. I mean, we don't want to see any kid go to jail, but he did commit a crime. There's no gray area. So he has to sit for a while.
I hear you. Are you a mother of a girl or a boy? Can you tell us what age, without saying what area you're from? Just what ages are your children?
Boy, he's 20 years old.
Okay. A lot of times it's from what I know, not from the perspective of a parent, it's hard to keep them away from the streets, peer pressure, and sometimes dealing with I don't know, some of the drugs and things. Even if he's not on drugs, some of the food that we consume, it causes anxiety and other things. It's hard to get them to react in certain ways. Would you agree?
Exactly. Yes.
But I stand on this. Living amongst or growing up with white kids, you have to know the boundaries. You can't just, pop off, because more than likely you will be the one that gets handcuffed first. When the police come around, the police going to look at you and say, I need your ID first, right?
Uh-huh.
So, can you speak
Can I weigh on the comments, though?
Yes, please. Come on, please, go.
Yes, I see some people saying that 35 years is too much for him. But my thing about it is, if the situation was reversed and it was your kid that did that, or someone did that to your kid.
Come on.
Yeah, so if this was your kid that was murdered, raw daylight, he was not supposed to be in that tent.
Right.
We've seen the video. Everybody should be able to watch the video now. He walked past 2 tents to go into their tent. There was no self-defense there. He was asking for trouble, but we don't know what was said prior, off the field, on the field. That man was not jumped. He was not jumped at all. I mean, again, I feel sorry for his parents. I feel sorry for the kid that got killed. But guess what? If this was your kid that got killed.
50 years off the top.
For what? 50 years?
Sit that nigga down. 50.
Yeah.
50. Fuck
so
out of here.
People trying to justify that he's black, young kid, he's self-defense. There's no self-defense because he did not weigh out any other options. He just, he got pushed, stabbed him, and he ran, according to the video.
Did he get pushed, or did he get bitch slapped? A lot of black guys can't take a white guy smacking them.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been disrespectful, just somebody putting their hands on him. I understand that, some people, you stand your ground, but the thing about it is you're at a track field. Even if he did not come there essentially with that knife, it was still in his backpack, and he used it. He used it for his advantage. So, I mean, again, it was his fault. He has to suffer the consequences, unfortunately. Yeah. Everybody is taking a loss from him. Their mom, dad, family members, everybody. He was wrong. It does not matter what color was he. It does not matter. It does not matter. Okay. And people need to stop playing this race card game because it's ridiculous. It's absurd. Like, why do people do that?
It is race, baby. It's all race in America. Everything's race. But go ahead.
I don't think it's a racial profile. I don't think it's a racial thing. I just think that people making it seem like, okay, he's black. They threw the book at him. No, he threw the book at himself. Mm-hmm. He threw the book at himself.
Do you live around white folks? You?
Say it again.
Do you live around white folk? White folk.
Yes, I grew up with white people. I don't understand what it's like to be white, but black. But my thing about it is, if you put yourself in a situation where you can't get out of, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for the white man to be in your business.
Okay. I appreciate the call, though. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye now. Okay. All right. 9:08. Hey, it's Sunday. Happy Father's Day if you are a father. We're talking about the surveillance footage. Are you up to speed? 9:08.
Peace, Star. How you doing? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As far as Carmelo Anthony, I think this case was sealed the moment he opened his mouth and admitted right there. It was like what they call like a slam dunk. Yeah. It really wasn't much that his defense could have did with that. He admitted the crime. And then looking at the video, the way you take it off, you can't run like that with a bunch of white people. You're like, you were the only black person running like that. You know what I'm saying? You already, even if he wasn't involved in that situation, him just running like that is going to draw all kind of attention to it. So, yeah, you already look guilty like that. As far as blaming his parents, I would blame the parents. Like, they should have schooled him better. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut in situations. If they put the cuffs on you, there's nothing that you could say that's going to get them to take the cuffs off. Just keep your mouth shut. And, and you fight it later on. But whatever you say will be used against you. It's like you have the right to remain silent. And his parents should have told him that, especially moving from the area he was at to where he got to. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? So the time he got was sealed by his confession right there.
Well,
Honestly,
parents, I mean, again, I feel for them, but at the same time, trying to look at this from an objective perspective and, having an understanding of some of these stories and how they have played out in the media over the decades when I deliver these stories, yes, they could have done things differently, but I don't know if they are necessarily at fault. I can only speculate, and
I agree.
And I agree with you. He shouldn't have said nothing. Do you think Carmelo was just a nice guy, just a nice, well-mannered kid? He was doing good in school and sports, 2 jobs, something like that, and he panicked. You think he just panicked?
I think he did. And, who knows what the, I don't want to speculate and all that, but you never know what the kid was going through prior to that situation. And he panicked. He jumped the gun. And, unfortunately, we're not taught how to handle these things, these pressure situations. We can get ourselves jammed up to where we can't get out of a situation.
Well, hang on a second. You from the hood, sir? You from the hood?
Yeah, I'm from Jamaica.
Jamaica Queens or Jamaica?
Jamaica Queens. Yeah, Jamaica Queens.
Jamaica Queens. Well, I learned a lot in the hood when I moved to the hood from the beautiful suburbs. Oh, I paid attention.
That's the reverse, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I learned to shut up. When you meet certain people, don't tell them where you live. Don't tell people if you got $6 in your pocket. Oh, you learn in the hood. And when you're standing on the block blowing trees, or whatever, you talk to each other. It's damn near like, well, it is. It's a cipher, not necessarily a rap cipher, but you're learning what to say and what not to say. When the geese run down, or Jake, right? We used to call it Jake. They tell you, don't say nothing. Close your mouth.
Don't say nothing.
If they grab you, you're gonna do 24 hours. You're gonna go to the tombs, wherever. Shut up. Don't start talking. So he didn't go through that, if you ask me. And where he's from, Louisiana, just a nice guy, and he panicked. Go ahead, land your plane.
Yeah, clearly he was fresh off the port. He probably wasn't nothing in the hood, getting into anything, and was in a hostile. I don't want to say he was in a hostile situation. I don't know a situation where
he was soft. He was a soft nigga.
At the end of the day, he was, and it just. I hate to see it, but it just is what it is. I have a son, right? He's in his young 20s, and I try to tell him as much as I can, to how to handle situations that he may not even go through these certain situations. Right. But if ever he does, he could have my voice in his head, like, okay, I remember that. Just, right. I don't know, man. I don't want to blame the parents either, and I feel bad for the kid, but I feel bad for the other kid's family and as well. This is just an unfortunate situation.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yes, sir. Salute. Happy Father's Day. Any fathers want to call in and keep it real? Your kids don't fuck with you. Nobody called you this morning. Nobody's going to text you later on. You got to put on a front. You were a sperm donor once upon a time. Oh, my God. Hey, Lydia, I got your donation. Star, were you a born rat? Oh, absolutely. I don't want to talk about myself, but I mean, I've told you how I manifested, and when I got to Brooklyn, New York, early 80s, and I was in a situation, some niggas, who I was hanging with, I heard the nigga tell the fucking detective, yo, don't put me in a room with that square. He was talking about me. I said, oh, shit. I told the goddamn cop it was his guns. And I know where his sister keeps the coke and more guns. How do I get out of here? Janet, there you are. What's going on, Janet? On a Sunday, Father's Day.
Hey, Star, how are you? Good?
I'm alive, Janet. Look at God. Come on.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to call in. I was just sending you those information regarding the penal code of self-defense and the definition of for Texas. And I wanted to send you a clear video, which I did. But as far as commentary, I think I'm going to go on my own channel tonight and start, doing things because,
good for you.
I just, I don't understand a lot of things that are going on when it's clearly in front of someone. Okay. So I just want to do that commentary on my channel.
Well, let me ask you, because I didn't have time to open up all the links you sent me. Thank you. You do research, but now, what are you going to do about what you think you see? What are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm going to comment. I'm going to give the knowledge, and I'm going to comment on and give my opinion. Mm-hmm. Even, this may not be fact, but it will be my opinion, because I think once I see the song, people stick to it regardless of what's in front of them. So it's like, willful ignorance, if I may, So that's why I just don't want to comment or get commentary on.
Well, hang on, Jenna. I mean, if you see something that the rest of us don't see, don't you think you need to get on down to Texas and help that young man?
Well, I'm making plans, and I'm contacting people. I'm going to do that behind the scenes, as you know how I do. So, that's just the way it's going to go. And I'll do the commentary, as I said, on my channel.
Well, okay? Entertain us. What is it that you saw that we didn't see? You saw Carmelo getting jumped because I played a video, and there's other videos out there. I played a bunch of different videos. You saw Carmelo getting jumped, stabbed, beaten. What do you see? Enlighten us.
Well, it's more to that. I want to break it down into subjects and the issues that involve this whole thing, because it's some things that are not being said that should be, and I'm going to say it myself. I'm not going to say it on your channel, because
Jen, I hear you. You keep saying that. You don't have to say it on my channel, but I'm just asking, what did you see that we didn't see in the videos? Did you see a different video? Do you have some type of inside information? Is the judge a white supremacist? What is it that we don't know? Just enlighten us.
But that's what I'm going to go over. I'm not going to put that out on your channel, because I'm not going to have you responsible for it. That's why I say I'm going to put it on my channel, because if there's any blowback, it'll be on me.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I appreciate. Oh, before you, Janet, does the bonnet have any type of black girl magic power or something? The bonnet, because I've got more videos with regards to the history of women covering themselves, and Christian women who are supposed to cover themselves. You know this, yes?
Well, I say this in the Bible, the women had to cover their heads so they wouldn't be seen by the fallen angels, and then reproduce the Nephilims with them. So I think that has the root of women covering their heads has its roots in that particular passage in the Bible. So from that,
well, never mind the mystical sense. Never mind the mystical sense. Just praying. Christian women are supposed to.
Well, the covering of the head is a mystical thing, because it's based in the religion, and the religion is based in things that have happened that transpired in a history or historical events of human activity, including biblical and religious texts. In the religious text,
it's called the veil.
It's called the
veil. It's called the veil. Okay. Great to talk to you, Janet.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. All right. She said she don't want to talk about it. I thought I saw Rory in the queue. Peace to the God. Is that my nigga right there, Fuquan? Is that Fuquan?
Come on, man. Come on. This last night, this is, boy. Get over yourself, Scar. What's up, man? I'm glad you got that zombie lady off the phone, man.
Easy.
Come on. Look, man. Star. Let's be real.
Don't do that.
Shout out to Bell. Hold on. Let me run this down. Wellsburg. I'm in middle school. I'm in infant stage at this point.
Right.
So, the little crew I have, we touchy-feely with the girls or whatever, and the niggas wanted to jump us. So they going down the line. So the next day we go to school, I got this screwdriver. My man got a monkey wrench. Right. And, we got all this stuff. We in the bathroom trying to figure out what we going to do. We jump out the window, right? Once school, yeah, you carry gun. I had a gun.
Easy.
But it wasn't for everybody to know.
Easy.
Now, the thing of it is, in all those situations, no way, no how, shape, or form, nothing could have been justified because I went there with. When you carry heat, you got drugs, this, that. It's certain things that's going to gravitate to you, and people know that.
But Fuquan, hang on a sec. I don't mean to cut you short, man. But listen, you're from a different era like myself. You're a couple of years younger than me, but you leveled up. You moved up in the world. You went down south decades ago. You've been to the penitentiary. What's that?
What you say? I mean, what you doing, man? What's this, a biopic or what, man?
You've been to the penitentiary. Hold. You've been to the penitentiary, but now, in your opinion, did Carmelo did he panic? Was he a nice kid and he panicked? A lot of niggas panic, man.
Hey, I got a better question, right? Who is pushing the button to select these niggas to get up in films about shit? You can't justify that. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think there's no way you gonna get up in the morning. I'm scared. I don't talk to my mother. I don't talk to my father. I'm scared. I get up, I take a knife, I go to school. They say they asked them to leave. You sitting there. You already know what's happening. So how can you defend the wrong? Cowards defend the wrong. Why? Because they don't want to be ostracized. When I say zombies, I'm talking about these brain dead niggas sitting up here. Oh, he did this, like the lady. Oh, there's some more evidence.
Fuquan, please don't do that, man. She's from Newark, New Jersey, like yourself. Please don't do that. Come on, man.
Hey, not from my Newark, New Jersey. I don't know.
Right,
I don't know.
Come on.
At the same time, come on, man. Let's be real. There's nothing new. 35, I think personally, is not really enough. It's not really enough. Because I can't wrap anything around my mind to justify anything that this boy did. You wrong. Why not leave? You wrong. You got this blade on you. How you gonna panic? You knew what was up.
Let me jump in here. So a real nigga from the hood, you're saying he should have left. He did wrong. And
I'm saying
he should have got more than 35. So you're saying? I'm
saying for me, as I evolve from infant stage, let's say middle school, like I said, with the screwdriver.
Right.
Hey, I panicked. Hey, I didn't want him to jump me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as I developed and I got older, now things are so easy. It's so natural now. But you got to think. Okay. And I mean, let's be respectful about it. Whoever is pushing the buttons, you can't even say anything depending on the social circle that you're in. Hey, I think that nigga is guilty. He should have got 50. Oh, wait a minute. He's a black, they white, it's racist, this and that. Oh, wow. Come on. No. So you know what it is. You even mentioned it yourself. I know this as a grown man. White ain't always right. And it's funny when you're moving around in those circles. Yeah. Hey, you see a black girl, hey, baby, how you doing? You see a white girl, hey, baby, how you doing? It could be sexual harassment, but now it's switched to the other side.
Right.
Now it's the black that's going to say.
Right.
You dig?
Right.
So I can't wrap my mind around it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hurtful. It's painful for the kid that lost his life. That nigga need more time than that. And for these zombies sitting up here...
Should he get 40 years? Fuquan, should he get 40 years?
All right, put it like this. I say he should do 35 flat.
Wow.
Give him 35, 25 flat. My brother bad, and I don't think nah, man.
Okay.
Nah.
I gotta go, God. Peace.
Hey, let me say this though.
Yeah.
You are a father because you birthed a lot of niggas out here. So happy Father's
That's
Day,
a
bum.
fact. Salute. Peace to the God, Fupon. Oh, there he is tapping in. Rory.
White Denzel. What's going on, Star?
How you feel, man?
The whitest Denzel.
Happy Father's
the whitest
Day to you.
Denzel.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Happy Father's Day to you too, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy Father's Day to all the brothers and the sisters in the live chat.
Okay.
I know a large percentage of the sisters are fathers as well. That's just how it goes in today's world.
Come on.
But I'm speaking of Father's Day real quick. I remember when I was a kid, a lot of the black kids in my neighborhood, they used to be very envious and jealous and mean towards me and my brother when they would see us with our father hanging out in the park playing basketball or playing baseball. I remember that. I definitely remember that.
Okay.
But I think the whole thing is vindicated. I think this whole thing is vindicated. The Carmelo Anthony case.
Well, hang on a second before we go left, right. We played video footage, and there's a lot of other video footage that I could have played. I'm not gonna, get into everything, but what are your thoughts on what you saw? Was Carmelo under pressure like that, or did he, jog? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I didn't see him getting jumped. I didn't see none of that, and he told on himself, rightfully so. What are your thoughts on the video footage?
Yeah, none of that happened. It vindicated the eyewitness testimony and the jury, the video. And I think that I honestly think, which I said from the beginning, people think I was trolling. I think Carmelo Anthony's parents are racist. I really think they're black racist people. And I think that was passed on to him. And that was the reason that he did that too, because he had no reason to do what he did. Absolutely no reason. And then their actions after this happened proved their racism. They hired a racist publicist. They held a press conference. They made the whole thing about race. Well, nobody else spoke about race. The eyewitnesses were black, a lot of them. The coach was black. Metcalf's family never made it about race. Carmelo Anthony himself never made any statements about it being about race, but yet his parents went up there immediately and made the whole thing about race, accused them of being racist, and then we have his.
Well, hang on a second, Rory. To be fair, white people don't have to verbally speak about race because they're already in power, in control. The courthouse, the judge, the prosecution, they don't have to tell you the obvious. So when you say, oh, they made it about race, I don't have an issue with that. I mean, I don't think it worked to their advantage, but I don't think that black people shouldn't speak up about, proven facts about racism, systemic racism. That's not a myth.
Well, I'm not saying that's a myth, but I'm saying his supporters are claiming white supremacy and white racism on this particular case, when the only people that made this about race was Carmelo Anthony's family. So how could you, if you want to use this, it's white racism, it's white supremacy, it's a legacy, everybody, the jurors, the eyewitnesses, they were all scared, and because they were scared because it's racist down there. The truth is, it's a black racist thing. This is a black racist thing, and the whole country is seeing it for what it is. They're trying to defend.
You and I are friends, but at some point, I might have to sue you and include you into post-traumatic slave syndrome.
So, well, I would counter that with post-traumatic Carmelo Anthony syndrome. That's what I would counter that with. I would counter that with post-traumatic Carmelo Anthony syndrome. And whatever that other black guy on the train was to stab that little white girl, I use that as post-traumatic, that nigga's name, syndrome too. Like we could go back and forth with it all day.
Hey, hold on. But before you go, Can you hold on? I want to play the video of the female, the mother in Mississippi, and holding up the baby. Oh my God, it's a sad story. But we spoke about this yesterday on the phone. Remember the story? Was she at the Walmart? Anybody from Mississippi in the live chat? Are they still out in front of the Walmart protesting? Remember that?
Yes, the body brigade. Yes, I do.
Can you hold on? Stay right there.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the video. Hold on. Where's that goddamn video at? Hold on a second. Mother of toddler killed in Walmart. Oh, this is so sad. God, this is sad. This happened last Sunday, if memory serves me correctly. Anyone in the Mississippi area can please educate us. We'll talk after I play the video. Good God Almighty.
The mother of a 1-year-old boy killed in a police-involved shooting in Senatobia is now speaking out. Cohen Wiley was shot Sunday outside a Walmart after MBI says officers responded to a shoplifting call. Investigators say the driver of the car nearly hit an officer before shots were fired, but Cohen's mother says that is not what happened. 1-year-old Cohen Wiley was inside a car outside a Senatobia Walmart when he was shot Sunday. His mother, Valencia Wiley, says she, her son, and a friend were leaving Walmart when police stopped the other woman who was accused of shoplifting. Wiley says she got into the passenger seat of her friend's car while holding her baby.
By the time me and my baby got in the car, she came, and then when we was backing up, they was running out the car. I raised my baby up because they withdrew their gun. She had no tent. I raised my baby up trying to show them that he was in the car. So she was backing up and she hit a car as I was opening the door, so the door flew back in. By the time I set my baby down, it was like 3 to 4 shots.
Wiley says one of those shots hit her son.
One of the shots hit him in his rib cage, and the other shots hit her in her arm and her thigh. And we left and went to Senatobia hospital where he was pronounced dead.
MBI tells us officers tried to stop the 2 women and a child as they left the store and got into a car. MBI says the driver drove toward an officer, nearly hitting them before at least one officer fired a shot. But Wiley says that is not what happened.
But they tried to say that she forcefully was trying to drive and hit them, but they was all on the right side and she was driving towards the left. They just personally just shot in the car.
The officer who fired the shot has been placed on administrative leave. That officer has not been publicly identified, and body camera video has not been released. Meanwhile, National Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump and Attorney Van Turner have announced they are representing Cohen's family. The shooting also...
I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, I agree with the comment. Stealing and shit.
led to a protest Tuesday evening at the Walmart, where Tate County deputies used tear gas to break up the crowd. Valencia says she has not been charged with any crime. Meanwhile, others in the community say the crime doesn't justify the shooting.
They didn't charge me. They ain't charged me with nothing. They just let me go.
But my position is, if she had walked out of there with every pamper in the store, that did not elevate the situation to shooting the gun.
As the Senatobia community awaits answers, there are calls for unity, transparency, and accountability. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is continuing to handle the case. Once the investigation is complete, the findings will be turned over to the Attorney General's office. We will continue to follow this investigation and bring you updates as more information is released.
Rory, back to you. Oh, that's a sad story. She held up the baby to show.
Damn.
Hang on, take it easy. To show the cops, I got my baby with me.
Was it to show the cops, or? I mean, that's the most disturbing part about that young ghetto mammy was her reaction to the whole situation. She had no emotion whatsoever talking about such a traumatic experience and her child being killed like that. It was whatever. I mean, even listen, we've had tragedies before, right? Where things like this have happened, and then you see on the news the mother is rolling around on the floor. Oh my God, my child got shot. Oh my goodness, my child got shot. This
I'm pregnant. Stop. I'm pregnant.
This new age mammy ain't did nothing. She's sitting up on the news and she's like, yeah, R.I.P. to him. He was a real one. It is what it is. Now, I mean, put his name on the wall. That's the mother of the child. Like that. It's so.
White boy talking reckless.
So this comes back to the bonnet. You said that the bonnet have superpowers. For black women in public, the bonnet has superpowers. They feel no remorse for anything they do. When they put that bonnet on, yes, that's their super.
I like that. Say that again.
It's everybody else's fault.
Say that again.
When they got that bonnet on, it's everybody else's fault, and anybody could get it when they go in public. I'm telling you, man, that's the bonnet superpower for black women. That's a goddamn fact. They go out there with that bonnet on, they start robbing and stealing. If you stop them from doing that, you gonna get the hairs. They'll throw the baby at you. It don't matter. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Once that bonnet goes on,
hold on a second. What was that you said about a year ago on the show? Ashamed of nothing. What was that you said? Remember that?
Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. Yeah.
Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. Yeah. Okay.
Did you see her? Like, she almost looked like she had a spot. She got through a whole total conversation talking about her child and everything like that. And she almost was like she was looking forward to a lawsuit now that Benjamin Crump came down there looking for some money. Like, that's what she's thinking about. She's not even thinking, my child got shot. Oh my God, might be my fault.
Y'all hit the Cash App.
Holy what the? Like that. I'm telling you, that's the super bonnet power. Okay. That's the superpower of the bonnet, man.
Listen, I gotta go.
The mammy bonnet.
I gotta go, man. We'll talk later.
Later, please.
Area code 708. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 708.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
I'm here.
Hey, who's this?
This is crazy.
Hey.
Can
you come closer to the phone, baby? Having a little trouble hearing you.
I find so many things wrong with that.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. Like.
Are you talking about the Carmelo Anthony tragedy or the young black mother in Mississippi?
I'm talking about Collin Wiley, the 1-year-old that was killed by the police in Senatobia.
Come on.
Right. So I filed a FOIA request and got some information back, but it's just like, the mom, I can tell you right now that her background is completely clean, but the whole situation was absolutely stupid. Like, I don't know what went on with her friends and how it escalated to where they're just like in the car and the police are there with weapons drawn. Yeah. But it should have been de-escalated so long ago. And I don't think she should have been in the car with her friend once her friend was being apprehended. She said she didn't have anything to do with it, so why get in the car with her? You see what I mean? So I find it very messed up that officer would shoot a 1-year-old. Like, you have to be aware of what you're doing. You can only meet deadly force.
Can I jump in?
But sure.
Okay. I don't know for certain, but these types of cases, scenarios, if you will, a lot of times you have people from certain cultures, and they're going to use that vehicle as not just a way to get out of a situation, but to run you over if need be. Fuck out my way, and then step on the gas.
Fuck out my way.
Fuck out my. I don't go fuck. Now, it's a sad situation. I don't know if she held up the baby Maybe the two of them had some type of getaway plan. Girl, I'm going to hold up the baby. You just step on the gas. They ain't going to shoot the baby. Again, I'm speculating. I don't mean to be insensitive, but, you know, certain hang on, baby. Just hang on. Stay with me. You can educate me on this. Certain cultures take the babies with them when they go on jukes missions, right? A jukes mission. Girl, bring the baby with us. The baby will be the distraction, right or wrong?
They do. And do.
Come on.
They do. I know a friend. I would tell you it's family, but I would say
don't say no names.
I'm not saying no names.
Go ahead.
But you know, they put a piece of jewelry in their baby diaper and got caught. Like, you trying to leave the store with a tennis bracelet in your baby diaper. You know what I mean? People do that type of shit. Yes. When she got caught, they took her baby too. Ooh. She had to find a relative to take care of her baby because you using your baby committing crime. So people do that shit. Yes, they do.
Baby, please watch the language, please. Watch the language.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the incident, man. The incident really, it took me back. You know what I mean? To like, why? Why would you even do that? Like, so, you know, I guess her friend decided they wasn't going to pay for the diapers or whatever happened with the diapers. But just like the Carmelo case, now they have people saying, you know, oh, they got the receipt. They paid for the diapers. So now you don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
At least I don't. Like, what went on? You know, like now y'all.
Are you a mother, darling? Are you a mother?
I am a mom.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. I'm not calling him this, but I want to ask you, do you think that there's a possibility Carmelo was bitch made and, you know, he thought that was the right way to react, you know, to stab the white boy as opposed to shooting the fade, you know? You think he may have been bitch made respectfully?
I think Carmelo Anthony suffers from black privilege. And he got pissed off. And since he's the baddest one in the room, being a black male, he stabbed him in the chest. The rest of his teammates were sitting on the bleachers getting rained on.
Yeah.
He got on a $100 hoodie. Your $100 hoodie can't handle the rain.
Oh.
But you know, they want to make up all this stuff about,
I didn't consider all that. Keep talking, girl. Keep talking. Come on.
Yeah. So they say Austin was so big and this and that, but Carmelo played football too. So he used to big guys, but how big are the men gonna be up in jail?
Right.
And they want to call racism, but if you go on the mom's Facebook page, you see that Carmelo's sister, she hang out with a bunch of clear kids. They've been hanging out with clear kids. They moved to a community of clear people to escape some little dude like Carmelo killing their son, right? But they son end up bringing that mentality and mindset to the track and field. Like it's astronomical, the things I found out, like him having a injury and not getting all the scholarships they planned on him having. So he had a chip on his shoulder anyway. Yeah,
he wasn't bitch made. He had, as you just said, a chip on his shoulder. He thought he was special.
I feel like that because when he walked it, the supervisors at the track and field already told his team they couldn't stand in that certain little dugout area because that's where you come into, you know, the bleachers. So I noticed that all the people that came up in there with Carmelo went and had the seat on the bleachers.
Right.
But he was the only one that decided he was going to walk down to the tent. You know what I mean? Like
I got on this $100 hoodie, this fly shit. I'm gonna go pull two white bitches from up under that tent.
He already had the mindset. He ain't nobody finna mess with him because he got his weapon. He got his knife. That's why he told the boy, "You touch me, you gonna see what happens." Right. That's intent right there.
Right.
He needs to shut up Like y'all was saying, that excited utterance. Nobody even read him his Miranda rights, and his dumb ass. Oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I did it. I did it. You know what? That's stupid.
I don't mean to laugh, but you spitting facts. Come on.
And we're supposed to go off of racism, right? But they hired this white attorney. But we supposed to be all in the race bait,
right?
You know, but y'all hired a white attorney. Why? Why you hire a white attorney? But then the father says, oh, he couldn't find any black attorneys to take the case.
Capping.
I don't, you know, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but people find out, you know, they got all of that money and they left their son when he got sentenced. Some people are great, and they got a child abusing, domestic violence preacher man to rep them. Like,
I saw that.
Oh, no, I'm not messing with some people. They can go ahead home. Yeah.
I appreciate the call, darling. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
We are pushing for answers after a shooting involving law enforcement in North Mississippi left a 1-year-old little boy dead and a woman in critical condition. Family tells us 1-year-old Collin Wiley died after police shot at the car he was in yesterday afternoon in the Senatobia Walmart parking lot. Tonight, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, who is now handling the case, says officers were initially called to the store for a shoplifting call. WRAG Shay Arthur is live tonight with the very latest on the case. Shay.
April, really, it seems like so much of this case could rest on what is seen on video. I have to tell you, I was in this store just a short time ago. There are surveillance cameras everywhere. Out here in the parking lot, we're seeing it too. There are signs all over here in the parking lot at Walmart for cameras in use all over. This is, of course, where that incident, that shooting took place. Tonight, a family is grieving the loss of little 1-year-old Collin Wiley.
I'm just lost for words, to be honest.
Everybody held accountable.
Someone need to be held accountable for it.
Cohen's family says he died at the hospital in Senatobia after he was shot, a bullet piercing the car he was riding in Sunday afternoon. You can see in this video at least one bullet hole in the front windshield of a car we spotted there at the hospital. The passenger side window also heavily damaged. Investigators with the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation say law enforcement were called to the Senatobia Walmart just after 2 Sunday afternoon for a shoplifting call. They say officers saw 2 adults and a child leaving a store, jump into a car. As officers tried to stop that car, the driver drove in their direction, nearly hitting an officer. At least one officer shot at that vehicle. The car continued to take off, but arrived at the hospital a short time later, where Collin.
Now, let's stop for a second, because in Minneapolis, you had a ICE agent who shot a white woman, right? She stepped on the gas and she started advancing towards him. He shot her. So that's what the police are saying here, that the alleged shoplifter, who I think is in the hospital still under critical condition, she stepped on the gas, not the mother who held up her baby. Just want to point that out.
Collin died. This viewer video shows the chaotic moments after the shooting.
TJ got shot.
As officers are seen running through the parking lot. This woman was at Walmart at the time. She says she saw the whole incident. She asked not to be identified for fear of retaliation.
And I seen the officers take off running, not in the car. I'm talking about on feet. And these are the sheriffs and the police, and they're running through the parking lot. And I see the car take off, you know. So I'm like, in my head, like, I know they're not chasing the car. They don't think they're going to catch the car, literally. Then I hear gunshots. And I'm like, I know they're not shooting at a car that's leaving in a public. This is Walmart.
A separate witness told me he heard 2 gunshots. He said law enforcement was already waiting in the parking lot as 2 women exited with 1 box of diapers, one holding baby Collin. Today, we went to Senatobia City Hall to request the police department's shoplifting response policy. The number of shoplifting calls received at the Walmart in the last 6 months, as well as body-worn and dash camera footage from officers. I also spoke with the mayor, who would not say how many officers were involved in the incident or if anyone was on administrative leave during the investigation. But as a small town now has questions, People we talked to hope for transparency in the case.
I'm just tired of it.
It's something to think about. I just hope the truth come out.
Happy Father's Day, Star.
Hey, Mo Pax, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, good. Just sitting here having a beer and talking about this new video footage, Karmelo Anthony under the tent, and a few other topics. Where do you want to start, Mo?
Can I start? I'll start with the bonnet.
Please.
Then I want to dress smoothly, and then I'll wrap up with Carmelo Anthony because people probably hate me by the time I get there.
Take your time.
The bonnet situation. Now, black women having their hair covered is not the issue because, as you know, in the 90s, having your head wrapped was a sign of consciousness. You see Erykah Badu, you know what I'm saying, people like that. Also, there's no more beautiful sight than the sisters in the Nation of Islam when they're all sitting there with their hair covered with those white coverings, you know what I'm saying, clear face, looking beautiful. So we have no problem with hair coverings. The problem is that black nasty bonnet that people like to wear out in public. That is bedwear. Okay. It's the same thing as wearing your pajamas outside, you know, in public. It's the same thing as we talk about sliding bedroom shoes. If you're wearing slides from one point to the next, you're getting off football practice or leaving the gym, you're going home, that's one thing. But you're going out to conduct business in slides, that looks tacky. That's all it is. And so now you have this nasty, and I think, like I said, it's nasty, it's greasy, and you want to wear it out in public. Now what the sisters have done in their credit, they've convinced the Koreans in the beauty shops to make stylized bonnets.
Right.
You know, see, now that's what I'm saying. So now we're getting back to something that becomes more of a style thing than just a functional piece of bedwear.
Okay.
But the problem with black people is we need to start capitalizing on making industries out of these things. We can't complain when the white man or the Korean or whoever else come in and take our ideas and actually turn them into, you know, industries. And that's the real problem, you know. And that's all I had to say about that, because I hate to see my people, our people, I can't say our people, you know what I'm saying? But my people with slides on, and you out somewhere to conduct the business at the courthouse or something.
Can I jump in, Mo?
I hate to see that nasty. Go ahead.
Now, notice I'm asking, does the bonnet have power as opposed to just condemning them? I remember when I, you know, used to move and shake and pop uptown in Harlem in the 80s, and I would see girls with what was called a doobie with the big ass bobby pins. I thought that was uncouth. Have you ever seen a doobie? You're a father.
Yes.
I said, what is this with the bobby pins? Put a goddamn scarf over your head. But that was the style, and it became a fashion statement within itself. And they all used to go to the Dominicans to get the doobie. Anybody in the live chat know what I'm talking about? The doobie. So, you know, I had to accept it, understand it, and, you know, could that have been the precursor to the bonnets, what we have now, the bonnets?
Well, I mean, we all older black women used to have their hair covered in some kind of covering, either when they had rollers in their hair or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They would have their hair covered in some manner. So it's nothing. Or when the sisters used to have the, you know, the Toni Braxton short haircuts, the Halle Berry short haircuts, they would have the little wave wraps. So black hair covering is nothing new. The problem is when, I'm gonna just say it like this: ghetto, low class people started wearing it out. That's something that's tacky, and we just have to say it. There's nothing wrong with criticizing intra-group to say what is tacky and what is not tacky. Okay. Like I said, the same thing I hate to see when women go out in bed pajamas. I hate to see men in the like the plaid pajama pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're saying you didn't have time in the morning to get up and get yourself dressed for the day. And that's one thing about black people used to be some of the cleanest, pressed down, presentable. And I know people gonna say, "Oh, that's respectability politics." No, it's about self-pride. Even if we only had 2 pair of pants or 2 shirts, they were gonna be pressed and clean. What we're seeing now is a deterioration, and it's a manifestation of deterioration of what's going on inside. And you said, is it a superpower? Now, covering your head is doing the right thing for the wrong reason. Because women should have their hair covered. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't know why. Really, what they're trying to cover is somebody else's hair that they got sewn in their head and protect that dude. Let's just keep it 100.
Let me add one more little piece here. You know, also in the 80s, when I moved to New York, 1981 to be precise, you know, I thought it was kind of cool to see Puerto Rican and Dominican girls with the big hair rollers and the pastel colored earrings, heavy eyeliner, and the goddamn what do you call it, the scarf, the headscarf over the big curlers. Nobody was calling them ghetto. I'm just asking.
Where like I said, it is ghetto. You know what I'm saying? If you're going out to conduct business. My grandma has stepped out with hair rollers and hair, like you said, with the scarf tied up. If she's cooking dinner and she's short a couple of ingredients, she'll run out for a minute and, you know what I'm saying, pick that up. But the problem is when we're conducting business in this attire, I think you did a show many years ago about the women showing up to drop their kids off at school, and the principal was saying, you know, don't wear these things, you know, because you're getting up in the morning. You didn't have time to get yourself presentable before you drop your kids off. That's what we're saying here. So I digress on that point, but I want to go to Mr. Rabbi Shmuley for a minute. If you know what I'm saying, for a minute. I agree with Rabbi Shmuley. Apologies need to be attached with money.
With money, right.
Now, he don't want, and Vlad understands that he doesn't really want to have that conversation, because if we start saying who's being transgressed against between the Jewish community and the Black community, and every transgression needs to have a check attached to it, we'll definitely be up. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about Kanye West and the you know, said the Double H song, and how it's, you know what I'm saying, hurt people. Right. What about all the Jewish execs that's put out trap music, drill music that actually have Black men killing each other? Let's attach the check to every one of those transgressions.
Good point.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so let's have that conversation. But like I said, to Vlad's intelligence, he understood, like, you don't want to have that conversation. But what it really is, and Black people got to be aware, right now the Jewish man is getting demoted. I said this before with the Iran situation, and now it's starting to manifest itself. You see the vice president, the president's coming out talking about Israel need to pump their brakes. You know what I'm saying? The whole I came on your show many months ago and said this, and I even posted it on Twitter about a year ago. My latest show was about this. The Jewish man is being demoted, and he's going to look to do one or two things: ally with Black people or punch down on Black people to impress white supremacy. So we need to keep our eyes and our ears open for these pretend allies or these people that's trying to punch down on us. Why are you having this? Why don't you have that conversation? Notice he didn't say anything about Megyn Kelly need to attach a check, or Tucker Carlson need to attach a check. You know what I'm saying? It's all that with Kanye West.
Good point.
Who needs to attach a check, which both of those have way bigger platforms. But he understands, he knows Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson is his master. And his heart of hearts, he knows that is his master, and he wants to punch down on Black people and shake us down for a check. So no, let's have that conversation. Who owes who what, and every apology needs to come with a check, because I bet you when we start looking at agents, lawyers, NFL owners, NBA owners of the Jewish persuasion and how much they've victimized Black people economically in other ways. I mean, hell, they took the whole NAACP, they took our name, image, and likeness, and you know what I'm saying, and ran up on the check with it. And we've been left with nothing. So let's have that conversation.
Great point. Great point. Well, you said something else.
And lastly,
go ahead.
Yes, just quickly on the Carmelo Anthony topic. Now, how the Carmelo Anthony situation, Carmelo Anthony situation got racialized was this, because I'm online. when he got killed, Austin got killed, white people online were saying, if it was a black person, it'd be all over the headline news. That's how it got racialized right there. That was the beginning of race being introduced because, you know, it was like, oh, if he was a black kid, it'd be all over the news. Now, fast forward to what my opinion on the case is. Two things. One, we've heard white people of a certain political persuasion say, F around and find out, right? That's what they said. Right. If you F around me, find out. That was the whole thing with Chud. If you F around me, you find out. Now, when Carmelo Anthony said that, with his blade out, said F around and find out, Austin found out because he F'd around. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, what I think happened is I think Carmelo Anthony didn't really want to, you know what I'm saying, jab him. Let's just say that word. I think that he, Austin called his bluff because, yeah, I think Carmelo Anthony said, I'm black. I seem tough. I got my blade out. This white boy ain't going to try me. And he did. Yeah. And I don't think Carmelo Anthony wanted to get pounded on camera because we know what was going to happen. Austin was going to jump on him. The brother was going to jump in, and they was going to pound him out. The camera's going to come out. And then Carmelo Anthony becomes a laughingstock. He didn't want that to happen.
Mo, with that being said,
one time.
With that being said, does Carmelo Anthony belong in prison? And if so, how much time?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yes, he does. I think he should have got a good dime.
10 years.
He should have got a good dime.
10 years.
Yes, 10 years. That way he served 7. He come out at 25. He loses all his adolescence. You know what I'm saying? Young adult. Because like I said, I don't think he intentionally wanted to end his life. I think he hit him one time, you know, like just get up off me, and he took off running. You know what I'm saying? He didn't hit him multiple times or anything like that. Now to black people, aren't we the ones that always say, why don't you shoot the fair one? Why you need a weapon for? Why he had to shoot him? Why he had to stab him? What they say on Friday? You live some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. So now black people are being disingenuous in that sense of the word of why, you know what I'm saying, why he had to stab him, because we've been saying that for the longest. Why can't they shoot the fair one? Now I'll say this, where my problem is, and when you see a Daniel Penny have, you know what I'm saying, choking out a black man that didn't touch anybody on the train. He didn't touch anybody on the train, get choked out, get the people that's helping them to do the black man, you know what I'm saying, say, stop, you're going to kill him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't stop. He gets off, and then he also gets celebrated by the president and the vice president.
Different state laws, though.
Army-Navy game.
We have to say that. But hey, Mo, great to talk to you, man. Thank you so much for chiming in.
I always start, like I said, you always give me a platform. Everybody, if you want to hear my commentary on the Iran situation, go over to my channel, Mo Facts on YouTube. Thank you, Star, as always.
Sir. Thank you. Okay. 770, please watch the language. Are you there? Good afternoon. 770.
Afternoon. Afternoon, Star. Afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
This is Cougar. Call myself the minion of the hater.
Okay.
This is my yearly phone call. By the way, I've been following you ever since my brother asked me.
Sir, can you get to the topic? No one cares. Respectfully, just get right to the topic, please.
Roger that. girls in bonnets and pajamas outside. Y'all dirty, man. That shows that y'all ain't even take a shower for the morning. You slept through the night in them clothes. You get up and you want to go and gallivant through the Walmart and all that stuff. Take a shower, please. Put on some decent clothes. Thank you very much for that. My bleeding heart on Father's Day.
Come on.
Star, a long time ago, you taught us something called the Derby's dose. Didn't know anything about that. I'll tell you. Let me just give me a second here. Come on. What that taught me was there is no black woman from that part of the world that expected to keep their man or their child, because they would either get killed or sold off very quickly.
Okay.
So they had no expectations of keeping a child. Same thing happened to me, woman from that island. I love that kid, man. He's 33 years old right now. I've never heard Happy Father's Day from him. I sacrificed. I lived on my mother's couch to help him pay through college. I did what I had to do. I've never been respected or appreciated as a father. So to that woman, I just want to give you a real big middle finger because I love that kid. I didn't run away from him.
Okay.
I never would. I never did. And hey, kid, if you're, he knows I listen to this show a lot, man. Hey, kid, if you out there, man, I'll never stop loving you, man.
Wow.
And that,
stay with me for a second. Now, of course, don't say his name, but now you're talking about your son. Is he in Jamaica? Was he raised in Jamaica, or is he in the States here?
he was born and raised here in the States, but he was raised by a Jamaican woman.
Jamaican woman. Okay. They can be very strict and very cold-hearted, and I say that with the utmost respect. But when's the last time you saw him? Just entertain us. When's the last time you saw him?
Probably about 6 years ago. He paid through his college. Even though he went and got a damn degree in underwater basket weaving. Ended up being a damn busboy in a restaurant. Went to the
Well, he didn't go to the penitentiary, sir. He's not trying to be a rapper. He's an honest living.
Agreed, but you know what I mean. If you go to college, man, don't waste your parents' money. So, I saw him, popped up on him, gave him $100 tip. You know what I mean? Gave his whole restaurant tip. Haven't seen him since. Never heard a Happy Father's Day, all these years, never been celebrated, never been respected. And I never.
Do you think that poison was put into the well? Do you think poison was put into the well?
It was, of course, it was through the woman, that just making sure that he knows that a father is optional. A father in life is optional, and I disagree with that whole premise. I think men, women, children in general need fathers in their lives, and when we get this, come on, man, look underneath the bridge here and that.
I have the utmost respect for you. Seriously, I'm not trolling. You're a better man than me because over the years I haven't had too many females who that I can say definitely were pregnant, but the few who came at me like that, I was very, very honest with them, and I said, listen, I'm not going to be around for you and the kid. I'm doing me. I got traveling to do. I got things to see, places to go. I'm not going to be there for you. I've even, hang on a second. I've even gone as far as to say, fuck you and that kid. You're a better man than me.
That is to be respected because you came out up front.
No, it's coward shit. It's coward shit. It's coward.
I came up front to that girl and I was like, yo, this is a time in my life. I think I want to have a baby, and we discussed it. He had a name before he even came out. I was there for the whole thing. I probably missed one doctor's appointment, and that girl made sure that when he came out, he called another man daddy. Oh. He called another.
Were you at the hospital when he came out of that vagina? Were you there?
Oh, he from out of her into my arms. I used to talk to him in the womb. So when he came
if I ever saw a baby come out of a vagina, I would never touch that vagina again. I'm one of them type niggas.
Man, they almost chopped that girl in half with a C-section, man. I never seen anything like that in my life, man.
Yeah, imagine a fucking head coming. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
I was there that day, and I did not pass out. I was there. I was present. I was happy. And I just want that kid to know, man, I love him up to this day, and I never will stop, man.
Hey, man, salute. I appreciate your honesty, man. Salute.
Yo, peace, Star. Thank you very much for your time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that's just not fair. This shouldn't happen to anyone at all.
Amu Kanute is a rising sophomore at Smith College and works here this summer teaching chemistry to high schoolers for Smith's STEM program. She was reading in the dining hall of the Tyler House dorm here Tuesday.
Next thing you know, I see the cop walk in with a Smith employee whom I've never seen before. And the man asked me, we were wondering why you're here.
She says police told her an employee had called about a suspicious black man. She recorded video with her phone.
We were
wondering why you were here.
Oh, I was eating lunch. I'm working the summer program.
Adding her own text on Instagram with a post that's prompted outrage from supporters.
It just still upsets me to just talk about it because I don't even feel safe on my own campus and I'm away from home. I'm the first in my family to go to college. I'm doing this not only for me, but for my family, for my ancestors.
Smith's president sent a statement apologizing and assuring the student that she belongs in all Smith spaces. This painful incident reminds us of the ongoing legacy of racism and bias in which people of color are targeted while simply going about the business of their daily lives. Building an inclusive, diverse, and sustainable community is urgent and ongoing work.
What do you want to happen now? I want the identity of the caller released. I want a public apology from that caller, and I want them fired from the school.
Smith's administration says privacy laws prevent them from releasing the name. So Kanate has turned to social media with a plea for help.
I tried to shake it off. I didn't even want to speak up and speak out because I know not everyone's going to agree with what you need to say. Not everyone's going to listen to you.
In Northampton,
I'm just so upset.
Christina Hager, WBZ News.
From 7 years ago, Smith College. I'm not laughing at her. In my opinion, that type of wake up, it can be riveting. That's the word, riveting, stops you in your tracks, makes you take notice of your surroundings. And, moving forward in life, you have a more clairvoyant understanding. Stop your shit, Star. Hold on a second. Can I play one more? Is this the video? Hold on a second. Oh, here's a video from 7 years ago. Watch this well-mannered young black man smiling. He's got braces, so clearly his parents loved him. You've heard me say before, when you're looking at these girls when they're young, if their teeth are fucked up and they don't have braces, their parents, the story. Anyway, look at how he's smiling, he's laughing. He could have wound up like Carmelo Anthony, but he chose not to go down that path. Hold on. Here we go.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning, Saturday. We begin this half hour with another incident of a minority being targeted while performing everyday activities. A South Carolina woman is facing assault and battery charges after being accused of hitting a black teenager at a community pool.
How's that feel? Get out! Get out! Get out now!
A camera caught Stephanie Sebi-Strimple last month as she appeared to verbally and physically assault 15-year-old Darshawn Rockamore Simmons, also known as DJ. We spoke exclusively with DJ and his parents who believe he was targeted because of his skin color.
She called me the N-word and she called me a punk.
15-year-old DJ says he was invited to the pool by a friend when Stephanie Sebi-Strimple approached him.
911. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Get out.
He says she physically and verbally assaulted him and forced him to leave.
This lady walked up to us and was like, y'all have to leave.
And you said?
We said, yes, ma'am. When I started walking out, she just started hitting me.
What were you thinking when this woman is assaulting you?
It was shocking.
The next day, DJ showed the video to his parents, who believe the attack was racially motivated.
As a mother, when you saw that, what was your reaction?
It hurts. You know, I could never imagine putting my hands on somebody else's child.
All of those adults there was nobody to step up and stop this lady, say, hey, why are you hitting this young man?
Sebi Strimple was arrested and charged with third-degree assault and battery. She was also fired from her job.
Who took the camera out and started recording this?
I did.
Why?
Because I knew it could end up in the other side, like flipped around.
You knew that she would possibly be believed over you?
Yes.
This incident is drawing comparison to other recent confrontations captured on video.
Illegally selling water without a permit?
Including this video where a woman calls the police on a black 8-year-old girl selling water on the sidewalk.
Charcoal grills are not allowed here.
In California, this woman called the cops on a black family barbecuing in the park.
You should not be wearing that in the United States of America. Okay. Are you a citizen?
And in a Chicago park, a man harasses a woman for wearing a shirt with a Puerto Rican flag on it.
Is she an American citizen? Why is she wearing that?
The woman asks an officer standing a few yards away for help.
Can you please grab him?
But the officer appears to ignore the confrontation. He has since resigned from the force.
Here you've got a video, you've got audio, you've got still shots of what happened, and it speaks for itself.
DJ's attorney, Margie Pizarro, says he handled the situation the right way.
We saw him not.
Did she smack him? Hold on a second. Salute to this young man. Looks like she smacked fire out this little nigga.
Retaliate. When we saw him walk
the fuck?
The right way.
Stop that right there. He didn't stab her like Carmelo did.
Saw him not retaliate. When we saw him walk away, that was something that was commendable.
DJ says he's entered counseling to try and process the alleged assault.
What did you learn?
What I learned from it, I learned how to handle it again if I have to deal with it.
What did you learn about yourself?
I have a lot of discipline.
Nice.
And self-control.
Yeah, just think of this. This happened the day after he turns 15, the day after he wins a championship for basketball at the YMCA. The day after his great-grandmother dies, his grandmother goes into the hospital. He waited a day to tell his parents this happened because he was so concerned about their mental state. Right. And on top of that, this is a kid who is on the basketball team, the football team, is a distinguished gentleman's club member, and is
but the
so
truth is,
involved.
Michelle, none of that matters.
It doesn't.
He's just a kid, and somebody should have helped him.
And no matter how many times we see that video, it is just as disturbing every time. I don't know if this is naive to say, but when did we get so angry? When did everyone get so angry in that?
That is the question. That is the question.
Okay. You guys ain't tired yet, are you? Hold on a second. Alejandro, good to see you, sir. Thank you for your support. Guys, there's a goal at the top of the live chat if you want to support the show via Cash App, but we still use PayPal and Venmo as well, okay? It's Father's Day. You're free to call in. Feel free to call in with regards to being a father if you want to as well, okay? I got one more. Hold on a second. I think I got Karen with a gun in her hand. Karen pulls out the burner. The fuck? Where is that video? Black teen, compound marathon. Wow. This is a couple of years ago as well. Nobody stabbed and then running from up under a tent. Restrained. Here we go.
You can feel the intents behind it, you know? And so I felt it. I felt the heat from it. I felt it in her eyes. I knew exactly what it was.
Jessica Richardson says she and her husband were looking to spend the holiday weekend picnicking with their dog, possibly even renting a cabin. She says they Googled a nearby Campgrounds of America location and decided to drive there. And that's when things took a turn for the worse.
She jumped out and the gun was pointed at me, my husband, and our dog. It was just pointing at us. And one finger was on the trigger. The other finger was on the always 50
on the lever.
On the lever of the revolver.
Richardson says that's when she pulled out her cell phone. The woman holding the gun identified herself as the property manager.
Uh-oh. There's Karen with the burner. Can you see the burner? Sheesh.
But her choice of words were less than professional.
She was just like, get, you don't belong here. You don't belong here. You don't belong here.
Richardson says the confrontation was shocking.
Time stopped. Everything stopped.
Yeah, I was confused with what was going on. Right. I mean, we ain't like we were posed to threaten anybody. We're out there walking our dog. There's nothing harmful about that.
The fact that she used get like we were a dog. You know, you say get to a stray dog that's on your porch. And that get got to me more than you don't belong here.
On the way out, they spoke to another campground employee outside of the office who turned out to be the woman's husband.
So I get out, start talking to him, and first thing he says, oh, no, you don't need a reservation for the lake. And then she pulls up.
Now, if the Karen would have pointed the gun, totally different turnout. If she'd have pointed the gun, then you have the right to blast her. Just wanted to make that clear.
When she flies, pulling up, hops out the car, and then proceeded to yell at my wife.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
You get in the car. You need to get back in the car. And like cussing her out. And she's not even saying anything.
With signs at the front entrance and two different stories from employees, the Richardsons were confused, horrified, and disappointed. The Army National Guard sergeant recently returned home from a 9-month deployment in the Middle East.
It's kind of crazy. You go over there, don't have a gun pointed at you, and come back here and the first thing happens, you have a gun pointed at you. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about.
Okay.
I'm trying to leave, and I got
what is this?
The super neighbor over here blocking me in. This is what I'm doing.
Okay, I thought he pulled out a gun. Guys, hold on 1 second. Gangs of Love, thank you for your support. So do you want to call in, Gangs of Love? Happy Father's Day to you, man. Okay. Guys, I think I'm done. I think I went through all of my show videos. Wait a second. Somebody's on the line here. Area code 347. Please watch the language. Are you there? 347.
Yes. Hey,
hey.
I just got something to say about colored people and Spanish people wanting to live around white people.
Okay. You're on a headset, sir. Can you come a little closer? A little closer to do something.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
That's better. Go ahead.
Okay. You know how you solve that problem? Stop wanting to live around white people.
Okay.
Live somewhere else. Stop being in love with white Jesus. Yeah, that's how you solve that.
Can you give us your ethnic makeup, sir? Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, I'm a spick.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm I was raised in New York, and I know I work a certain job, right?
Okay.
And when I see I'm going to deliver to a certain area, I don't even take the job. Yeah, I stay away from that problem. Yeah.
Did you get a spick wake-up call at one time? Respectfully.
Nah, I've been awake. You don't got to wake me up. I got searched by crackers all day.
Okay.
I'm from the Bronx.
Oh, you from the hood?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
from the Bronx.
So you,
yeah.
You're conditioned. You're conditioned.
Yeah, I understand. I understand my where I'm supposed to be at. You know?
Yeah, you know the parameters.
I know where I belong.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't date certain girls. They want to take me out somewhere that I don't belong, because you're not gonna put me in a predicament to defend myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you, sir? How old are you?
45.
Okay, so you're an older gentleman. You're getting up there. Are you a father by any chance?
Yeah, I'm a father.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 boys.
Nice.
Dominican boy and a black boy. I got both.
Did they check in with you today? Respectfully, did they check in?
I don't mess with the Dominican girl. Yeah, I don't like her. Yeah.
So the kid did your kids check in? Hey, Dad,
Nah, he been brainwashed. He brainwashed.
Okay.
So I'm good. I'm good though. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to, he don't want to. I don't really give a damn.
Okay.
Because I ain't want to have no kids anyway with her. So either or. Sorry.
I appreciate the honesty. Salute.
One.
Okay. My last call of the day. The homie, Gangster of Love. Good to hear from you, man. Where do you want to start? GOL.
Star.
Yes, sir.
Star, the big homie. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. Happy Father's Day to you.
And I appreciate it. I really don't celebrate it a whole lot. I look at it in a sense of every day I'm a father. So
Okay.
every day I love my kids. And that's nobody really has to tell me Happy Father's Day for being a father, but I do appreciate that you saying it. So I seen the video and you kind of summed it up because I missed a lot of the show today. I just woke up, but you pretty much said it. The video doesn't really show anything vivid that other than Carmelo he was running. The only thing I could clearly make out is that he was
jogging.
He
was jogging.
Oh, okay. Jogging. And he backed up out of the tent. That part I seen. So what that tells me is that he was extremely scared. And if you know anything about being scared, that means that you were at a fear for your life. Now, that's not saying that, that also tells me he didn't run forward, which I think is a natural, that's something you do natural when you run. Most people don't run backwards. So that's telling me that he went down and couldn't run forward. Okay. But again, that's just speculation because we can't see in details what was shown on that screen. We're only seeing it from a distance.
Right.
So that being said, he's guilty for sure, but I think it should have been a manslaughter. I don't think most people, I can't speak for most people, but again, we're not saying what he did was justified. We just think that he was over prosecuted. He wasn't given a fair trial. And I
think he overreacted too. He overreacted, man. I mean, sometimes you got to take that L, It didn't look like it was pouring down to me. His hoodie, did you see his hoodie wasn't soaked? I didn't see all that.
Good point. If he would have grew up in the era that I did, we was always told, my uncle who was a gangster, we used to keep quarter rolls, like a half of a quarter roll, and you kept it in your pocket or you kept it somewhere where you can get close to it. Why? So when you getting ready to get into it, you pack your hand with that quarter roll and you throw them one-hitter quitters. Okay. And then if anybody's going to come around, hey, the evidence, once you open it up, quarters is going to go everywhere. What are people going to do? They're going to pick up the quarters. The evidence is gone. But when you get to throwing them one-hitter quitters with your hands, you knocking out jaws, you knocking out noses, people's falling. So he should have been told that as opposed to keeping a knife. But again, a lot of times when we're in situations and we plan them how we think they're going to go, they never end up going out that way. So let
me jump in right there because listen, I'm not some, fighting expert, but you got to pick your battles wisely. And a lot of times, most of the times, especially if you spend time in the quote unquote hood, you got to try to, what is that term? When it comes to de-escalate, you got to try to de-escalate the situation because all that loud talk and all that rah, 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 that'll get you shot. That'll get you stabbed. That'll get you jumped. And I'm not trying to, again, clown the young man, but I don't think he had that hood training, to just leave it alone or just get up out of Dodge. So he's where he's at, man. But hey, man, before I forget, what's going on with your podcast? You still doing that or what?
Yes, sir, Star. I'm trying to get it together legal wise, get it all documented, and I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
You know, I got to get some merch done, so we'll talk behind the scenes, but it's still coming.
Okay.
I hadn't forgot about it. It's my passion.
Just wanted to ask. Okay, but hey, man, anything else you want to mention? We had a couple of different topics on the table here. Not that you have to, but any thoughts? Pardon me, with regards to the bonnet. We were talking about the bonnet earlier.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't have a whole lot to say on the bonnets other than I kind of grew up in an era where I'd never seen my grandmother with a bonnet, maybe 1 or 2 times in her whole life. You know, that was just something that was natural Black decorum, that Black women didn't go outside of the house with hair rollers, or you just rarely seen them. Like you never seen them with clothes on. I mean, not with clothes on, with like provocative clothes. So we're just in a different era where, you know, they accept what we were taught. So I'm not saying that it's right, but I don't think it's going to change, because you go to your Walmart today, all these women are out here in slides, pajamas, and hair rollers. It's almost like a new fashion trend. So I think culturally we accept it. But again, in the era I grew up in, man, I might have seen my grandmother with hair rollers twice in her whole life, and she wouldn't let you see her. And that was just the quorum. Same thing with my aunties and my mom. So different time, different era.
Okay.
Thank you for taking my call,
Yes,
Star.
sir.
I appreciate you, man. If
Great
you
to
like
talk
it, I
to you.
love it. I'm out.
Salute. All right.
Peace.
Bye.